Sammy, while you're at it, report me to the American Bar Association at Pacific time. It'll make just as much sense. And then call up Coca-Cola and have them remove my membership. And then while you're at it, why don't you contact PS4 Live and get them to remove my account at the same time? Contact YouTube, contact Squatters, contact Parlay, contact BitChute. I want you to contact everything that I am on and tell them that you are reporting me to the police because, in my opinion, you are a pedophile when you are sharing porn with children. You fucking pedo!
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment. I hope you all are doing fine tonight. Redsky, how you doing?
Pretty well.
Okay, so I apologize for starting at the stream a bit late. This time I have a good excuse. I got pizza because I didn't want to cook tonight, right? And they told me it was like 45 minutes. I was like, okay, fine, 45 minutes. If it comes a little bit late, it'll be good. It took them an hour and a half. It took an hour and a fucking half. It took an hour and a fucking half.
I think
to get me a fucking pizza. No, here's the thing. I wanted a Hawaiian pizza, right? You know, fucking Canadian bacon, pineapple. Simple shit. You know what they give me? Canadian bacon, pineapple, fucking cinnamon, and almonds. What the fuck?
Ew.
Like,
cinnamon
I mean,
and almonds don't belong on a pizza. What the fuck are they going for there?
I don't fucking know.
That's nasty.
I don't fucking know. It's weird, dude.
I think a human right has been violated. I think a hate crime has been committed.
I mean, it still tastes okay, but like, it's fucking annoying because this isn't what I wanted.
That sucks.
What's almonds on a fucking pizza?
Yeah, I don't, dude. I don't know. That person must have been on something when they were making that for you. That's nasty. That's just wrong on so many levels. God.
It tastes okay. Still annoying. Alpha Rush, thank you. Much appreciated. Happy Halloween. Early Halloween.
Ooh, spooky days.
Okay, sorry.
So you're actually liking the pizza now, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. I just got a chance to eat the first slice.
Okay, well, at least if you like it, I guess that's okay.
No, it's still not okay. I'm just really hungry.
I get you.
Oh, man. Okay, so I said that I will debate anybody tonight about the whole Alec Baldwin thing. If they think I have it wrong, if they feel like he's committed like nothing, no sort of crime whatsoever, I'm more than happy to do that. But just to state my position on it, okay? I do not necessarily feel putting Alec Baldwin in prison does anything. Right? It doesn't bring the person back. I don't think it's going to prevent him from like shooting. I mean, you know, physically it would prevent him, but I don't think this is going to happen again. But at the same time, if you are negligent and it results in someone's death, that means that you have committed a crime because we do have charges for that. It's involuntary manslaughter, negligent homicide, et cetera, et cetera. It does exist, right? Because if you are acting so irresponsibly that it results in someone's death, you are supposed to pay a penalty. Now, a lot of people then go, well, the armor is the one who's ultimately responsible. I sit there and go like, guys, it doesn't matter if the armor did things. It doesn't absolve the other person, right? They can both be negligent, and their negligence could have resulted in the death of somebody.
Yeah, so, like, my thing is, because I don't, you know, I'm not anywhere near experienced in, like, the knowledge of, like, firearms and, like, how that shit works, and especially, like, how it works in, like, on Hollywood sets and stuff. And I shouldn't even say Hollywood, because I think this was a low-budget film that was produced on his own, right? Because he was the executive producer, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think he's a producer. I don't think executive producer. He might be executive producer. To my understanding, is generally just a title that they give you to say that you're involved in a project, but realistically, you're not really there. But like Rust, to my understanding, is a passion project for him. But he is definitely more involved in it because he's a producer for the set.
Yeah,
right?
But like,
and there are other producers there, but he is heavily involved in things like what is going on with the crew. on the set. $8 million budget.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like look, it's not a lot of money. Right?
Yeah.
I know that sounds
it's not
crazy, but
really.
like realistically, if you see what they spent on films, like the $8 million budget, clearly it wasn't a lot because a lot of things the crew was complaining about, long hours, low pay, and they wouldn't even pay to put them at hotels close to the set. They wanted them to commute over an hour to the film. So like they were pinching pennies on the set. And it makes sense that a lot of these mistakes are happening because think about it, right? You're hiring people for cheap, meaning you're not getting the best people working on the set on the film, realistically, right? You're going to have to cut some corners there. You're making people work super long hours. And you're making them commute like over an hour to the film. They're going to be tired. They're going to make mistakes. Your armorer is young, immature, clearly doesn't know what she's doing, and has allowed the crew members to use the guns for target practice, right? And people go like, well, then she's responsible for everything. Like, hold on. There are guidelines, right? There are actual guidelines. The armorer actually needs to coordinate with somebody working in safety, right? Like they're actually supposed to coordinate with another individual on how they handle firearms on the set. That seems to not have ever happened, right? And the crew has already complained about gun safety and all this other stuff, right? They've already complained. There was already an accidental shooting just days prior because somebody gave an actor a loaded weapon and told him it was cold, right?
And there's like concrete proof that happened, right?
Yes. That's why the crew walked off, right? Well, they walked off for that as well as the long hours, low pay, and being forced to commute over an hour, right? So they were upset over these things. I mean, Alec Baldwin, if he was just an actor, you could argue that he had no knowledge this was a problem on the set. But like, no, he's a producer and the crew walked off, right? Like he would have to be so grossly incompetent, right?
Yeah,
that would still qualify as negligence.
So, but like, he's not the only producer that would have known, right?
Oh no, everybody would have known what had happened, right? It's not like this is not like a big budget, Marvel film or something crazy like that, or a big budget Disney film. It is a smaller crew, right?
Yeah, because like the thing that I've been seeing going back and forth is who is solely responsible.
No, you can't do that.
I don't.
Multiple people are responsible here.
Like, from things that I've seen and like what I've been told and like what you're telling me, it really like it doesn't fall on one singular person.
Well, okay, so what people don't
get
is
responsible. At least that's
what you got to understand is SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, they do have guidelines for handling a firearm on set, right? The number one rule, right? And I people like explain this, and I actually saw Tipster make a really stupid argument that, and I'm, dude, like this is just proof to me the guy doesn't own firearms and has never had any type of firearm training, right? The number one rule, and it's still the same rule when you are on the set of a film, is you always treat a gun as loaded, right? Alec Baldwin, during this rehearsal, like test shoot or whatever it was, right? After the filming ended, that's when he fired the gun, right? I'm sitting there going, how fucking irresponsible is that? Because I could understand if they wanted you to like point the gun and you thought it wasn't loaded, and that's still a big break of the fucking rules, right?
Yeah.
But like they weren't even trying to get that shot. He just fired the gun after the filming ended.
Practice or whatever.
Probably, right? Like I don't think that there's any malicious intent. Involuntary manslaughter does not require malicious intent. Like people don't seem to understand that, right? And I'm sitting there going, this is just negligent. He's violating the number one rule, right? And he has had proper training. Alec Baldwin is not like some 20-year-old guy and his first time working on an action film, right? He's had proper training. At least to my understanding, like 40 years of training with firearms on a film set. So to not understand one of the most basic fucking rules seems to be very stupid. To not have understood that there was already problems with how firearms were being handled on the set, and that an actor was given a loaded firearm, told it was cold, right? These are negligent things. Period. He's supposed to check the weapon before he does. If you watch a film, what you have to understand is they do multiple shoots, right? They shoot the same scene multiple times. They also interrupt a scene, stop filming, and then have the actors line right back up in position and begin filming again, and they'll clip the best shots together, right?
Yeah.
So what you do is when you hand someone a firearm on the film set, right? You can stop the film, have them check the firearm, and then go. Now, to be clear, multiple people seem to have failed in that aspect, right? The armorer left the guns out in the open. The crew went out for lunch, and when they came back, nobody checked the firearms, right? In fact, I believe it was a director or an assistant director. Last name was like Hall or something. They handed the gun to Alec Baldwin and told him it was cold, right? But Alec Baldwin has proper firearm training, right? So even if you want to argue that it wasn't on him to check the gun, fine. I'm pretty sure you're wrong, but fine. Whatever. That's not even important at this point, because Alec Baldwin should have never, ever, 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 ever pointed the gun at somebody, right? And look, man, I could give you all the fucking leeway, all the fucking rope in the world and say, he was just going for the best shot he could get and everybody was on board for it, but including the girl who got shot and died. Fine.
It's negligent.
Fine. It's still negligent. And it's even worse that the camera wasn't even on when he fired the gun, because then it's not even about getting the shot for the film, right? Like, you don't even have an excuse for it. He's handling the gun irresponsibly, right? Like, he had no authorization to pull that trigger, right? But you know what? He probably said, it's not loaded with any bullets. What's it matter? This is going to look really cool. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's negligent.
Yeah, I think what we can all agree on, though, is that he probably feels really fucking awful about this whole situation.
Yeah, look.
At least I hope.
I think so, too. What I find really annoying, though, is people on the right are pulling up his old tweets, and don't get me wrong,
that's nasty. That's cancel culture right there.
Well, what they're trying to say is stop defending Alec Baldwin
because he's a piece of shit.
Because Alec Baldwin goes onto Twitter and says, "Go shoot these people." Stupid shit like that. Alec Baldwin's a piece of shit, but
it's just a tweet. There's no. It
has nothing to do with this case whatsoever. Okay.
So now people are trying to politicize it.
Well, it's already been politicized, right?
Oh
because if you think that Alec Baldwin it has committed a crime here, right? No matter what it is, right? Some people on the right are being insane. They're like, arrest him for murder, and I'm like, no. Involuntary manslaughter is different, and the DA is considering the charges, right?
Yeah.
So again, as far as it being politicized, to be clear, the DA is a Democrat, to my understanding, and Santa Fe or wherever this location is in a pretty blue district on top of it, right? So there's no political advantage to the prosecutor to file charges, right? Unless they believe that they have an open and shut case, because Alec Baldwin is popular. Alec Baldwin is probably well liked among most people that are politically active on the left too, right? So there's really no advantage, because they're probably thinking about getting reelected and shit like that. Yeah. I mean, it would be, unless they think they have an open and shut case, right? Because otherwise, there's no reason to bring charges, right? Because you'll never get him convicted otherwise. But in terms of what the facts are, we can point to clear signs of negligence in how the weapon was handled by Alec Baldwin, right? He did violate basic rules by the Screen Actors Guild, right? And well, I will be clear, they are just guidelines. They are just guidelines. They're guidelines in order to make sure everybody is safe when they are on film with firearms. And to my understanding, I do need to look into it. The specific union, right, that Alec Baldwin is a part of has rules on handling firearms that match the Screen Actors Guild, so he did violate flat out rules from his own union.
Okay. Yeah, that'll probably change some things.
Yeah, so like, look, if someone wants to debate me and argue that he did nothing wrong, right, or that he is not responsible at all, I definitely want to like talk with that person, because yeah, people on the right acting stupid, yeah, people on the left acting stupid and saying like he did nothing wrong, and I'm like, he clearly did. He like firearm training, like it's no joke. And then you have other people that are like, oh, this is stupid, and people are just, it's just politics, and people are dumb. And I'm like, look, a woman died. Okay, let's for a couple of seconds, chill out, right? And let's figure out what happened, right? It sounds like he was negligent. It sounds like he did not act responsibly. It sounds like multiple people were negligent, and it resulted in a woman's death. Now, 100%, I think you have a clear-cut civil case, right? As far as criminality goes, I do believe that there is a very strong case for involuntary manslaughter, because you can point to him being negligent and those negligent actions resulting in her death. And you can point to other people being negligent. It doesn't absolve Alec Baldwin, and Alec Baldwin being negligent doesn't absolve anyone else, including the armorer.
Yeah.
GG Evan, thank you for a super chat. If this doesn't go to criminal court, there is going to be a wrongful death lawsuit. I mean, even if it does go to criminal court, they can still sue civilly. Also, Redsky, there are such things as dual defendants for criminal cases, so both can be charged with the same crime. Yep.
You see, I don't know how the law works half the time, so, I mean, that's good to know, so.
Well, so, like, here, let me just read this one super chat, and I want to say something about that. There's reports when they said we want to reshoot that scene. He said, how about I shoot? Look. I don't think that's been confirmed yet, so I'm not going to even talk about it.
That's
if it's real, then yeah, it looks bad. But I don't even think you need to do that. Look, involuntary manslaughter is pretty simple, right? He just has to have acted negligently, and that just need to result in someone's death. You can point to clear instances of him being negligent on the set, right? As the person holding the weapon and as a producer on the set, right? Like, and the fact of the matter is, they did know that there was a problem with how firearms were being handled because another actor days prior discharged a weapon, right? Like there's no getting around these facts, right? But like, again, I don't think that putting him in prison necessarily fixes anything. Like, I don't think going to prison changes anything, but 100% he did commit a crime. So it's up to you whether or not you feel he should pay any sort of penalty. I will say this, right? As someone who grew up extremely fucking poor, it comes across extremely fucking poor is a little over the top, but definitely not well off by any means, right?
Yeah.
It's weird to me to see people on the left argue in defense of a multi-millionaire, right? And say that he has no responsibility in how he handles a fucking firearm when it results in the death of a woman, right? Like, I will say that's the only thing I'm going to say about politics, right? Just because typically
it gets touchy.
Typically, someone handling a firearm responsibly, invokes the Second Amendment people, right? The ones who want to like take it away, right? So it's weird to me that they're not coming out at all, right? Because they jump on anything related to firearms.
It's probably because they realize how much of a non-issue it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is a California politician that wants to ban guns on Hollywood sets, but I was like, hey guys, it's California. There's always going to be a politician that wants to ban guns.
California is going downhill. Let it sink into the ocean.
No, this is pretty typical in California. It's nothing new.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I went there once, never plan on going back again.
Really? Where'd you go?
Hollywood. I went to LA in 9th grade.
Dude, I saw Mudahar post on Twitter a picture of him laying down on the Hollywood sign.
Oh my God, I saw that, dude. I was just like, does he not realize, like, all the fucking filth he probably
Yeah, I was
laid
like,
down
dude,
that
you gotta
he
like go
couldn't
bathe in some
see.
fucking bleach.
Oh
Like,
my god,
bro, they do not keep those stores very
they
clean.
don't, dude. Oh, fucking AIDS. Yeah, we can only hope for the best. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I hated that area in particular.
Alec Baldwin is completely partisan at this point. It is, and it shouldn't be, right? Because look, what happened on the set there was people being negligent, and there do need to be changes to make sure that nothing like that occurs again, right? But if people politicize and act like it's not a big deal, then we're not actually resolving something that could potentially result in someone else's death, right? These people were acting grossly irresponsibly on that set. I can't imagine a situation where you're not allowed to bring live ammunition onto a set, right? Like, I believe that's another one of the union rules, right? So like there's a ton of violations of like his own union for that film, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody on set who's handling the firearms is also supposed to have a safety meeting and be trained in how to handle the firearms as well. That seems to not have happened either, right? There seems
Probably
to be,
due to budget cuts.
well, there seems to be a lot of violations in how to handle firearms safely. I think that needs to be looked into. And yes, I do think that involuntary manslaughter, union rules are not laws. No, I agree, right? But the union protects the actors. And if the actors are violating the union rules, the union, to my understanding, can, cut you out and not pay for any sort of like legal defense, because the union does have some sort of benefit for those actors. If you violate the union rules and it results in something like this, the union, to my understanding, does not typically pay for anything. But the question is of negligence, right? If we go by laws, he was handling the gun improperly, period. If we go by just proving whether or not he was being negligent, he's trained in how to handle a firearm on set. He didn't handle the firearm properly. He violated his own union rules, and days prior, there was already an accidental shooting. Like, all of these added up, you can point to clear-cut cases of negligence.
Yeah.
And that makes it involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah. I just think that, because I do still see people wanting him and the armor and stuff to go to prison. I don't think that's going to do anything. It's not going to bring her back. It's not going to... It's counterproductive to advocate for them to go to prison and even put them in prison to make a point.
Well, the thing is, that's why you would put them in prison. It's just to prove a point. I don't think that makes sense.
It's not a point that's like, I don't know.
Chumba Wumba, gobbledygook, you. What's up? Shut the fuck up. So, what are you talking about, Alec Baldwin?
I said that if anyone like disagrees with me that he has no responsibility, they can come on. But I was just
I don't think anybody's going to take you up on that offer.
Oh, I don't think so either.
What do you call it? So I saw like a bunch of the tweets and shit, and I was listening to some of the shit you were saying. And it's funny though, because like, yeah, I kind of want to know where these people are arguing this shit from. Like, are they arguing it right from like an emotional standpoint or like a legal standpoint? Right?
I the thing is, when I see people arguing on Twitter that he did nothing wrong and that like legally he's okay, they seem to just be arguing from an emotional standpoint. They don't feel that Alec Baldwin was intending to cause harm, right? So they don't feel he should go to prison, right? And I get that, and I don't I don't even disagree with that take, right? Yeah. But if the question is, was a crime committed? Even if he didn't intend to murder somebody, if his actions resulted in that death, even if other people's actions helped, right?
Yeah, a death is a death. There's a...
okay, let me give an example, because I think Tipster and I think people said like Tipster was like really criticizing people.
I saw what he said, and I saw Nick Rekieta quote tweet him, and I didn't see a reply.
It's funny. It's funny.
I'm not trying to shit on him. I'm literally showing what happened or like stating what happened. I have no problem with him. I have no problem with Tipster. But I'm like they say, call a spade a spade. This is what happened. I'm not going to tiptoe around it, right?
Well, like the thing is, you asked me a while back, like, what was Nick's opinion on it? And I was like, I don't know, but I don't care, right? Because at the end of the day, like at the end of the day, I feel that I have looked into it well enough. I've looked into the similar case with Brandon Lee and figured out like where the differences are. And that's how I came to my conclusion, right? It's not an emotional argument. Like Alec Baldwin is a prick, right? But like again,
I have no opinion. I have no opinion on Alec Baldwin as a person because I didn't know. I didn't even know he was an asshole. You're telling me he's a prick. I don't know that. I guess
well, these are based on tweets that right wingers are digging up.
I saw a fucking. I used to watch him. I've seen him in his
30
works.
30 Rock is still funny.
I've seen him in his works, and I thought he was a good actor, and I think he has like a lot of presence to him, and I can see him being appealing from an entertainment standpoint. I don't know about his character. I don't know about his tweets. I don't know anything about this, but I do know is that yes, he shot the gun and he killed someone, and that's killing. And there are a lot of complexities to the law, and you explained it, and Ricada kind of explained it too. And it's leaning into the direction of, it's a tragedy, and I personally don't have anything against him, so I don't want him to get charged for anything, but he probably is. And
let me give you like a hypothetical situation, right? Tipster and fucking Vito, right? Tipster and Vito open up a haunted Halloween house, right? Okay. And they're doing it, they're filming reactions from people so they can put them online, right? And they kind of realize people aren't really being that scared, right? So Vito, right, being the genius that he is, pulls out a gun that his cousin Chewie gave to him, right? And Chewie loaded it, and Chewie promised that he loaded blanks into it, right? And Vito gives the gun over to fucking Tipster and says, Tipster, there's a group of children right there, okay? I want you to shoot the gun at them, and the noise is going to terrify them, and I'm going to be over here filming it, right? And then Tipster fires the gun, and all the little children are dead now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Tipster clearly didn't mean to kill the kids.
Yeah.
Right? Vito clearly didn't mean to give Tipster a loaded weapon, and clearly didn't mean to tell him it was cold when it was loaded, right? But do you think the police are gonna let them go? Like realistically, right? I get that sounds really fucking silly, but think about it this way, right? The haunted house, a film set, right? Both places, firearms could be used, right? Not to hurt anyone, obviously, right? You could load a gun with blanks, do it in a haunted house to scare the shit out of people, right? Would be totally irresponsible, but a film set, right? Same thing. You're using the firearm because it's part of your film. But either way, if somebody is handling a gun irresponsibly because it was handed to them by somebody else, you don't get to point to the other person and say it's their fault I pulled the trigger. You're supposed to treat a gun, no matter where you are, like it is loaded. If I go to the gun store, right, and the guy hands me this gun that's, propped up for sale, right? It's clearly not loaded. We all know it's not loaded. And I pick up that gun and I look at the guy and I point it at him, he's going to throw me out of his fucking store.
Alec fired a gun with live rounds by pointing them at the director of the photography and pulling the trigger when they weren't filming, and he wasn't authorized to fire live or blank. Basics of gun safety, like a clear chamber and adequate trigger discipline, would have prevented it. That's what I believe in. That's when I saw Ricada's take, and I think that's the most reasonable take, all things considered. I saw like a Diorio take on this, and like the only issue I have with that one is I actually liked it because I can see his point of view. I saw where he was coming from, but at the same time, it's like one of the things he said. Hold on, let me go get it for you. It's like, I still have no idea how people are coming to the conclusion Alec Baldwin is responsible for the shooting, especially with the clusterfuck of coverage we have so far. Unless there's something major I'm missing, you need to be incredibly bad faith to be to even insinuate that. I have like two problems with that. Number one, And it's like the most trivial one, but it's like you have to be incredibly bad faith to insinuate that. No, you don't. I mean, like, I don't know where he would come up with that. Like, there's no probability at all in which you can make an argument for Alec Baldwin being in the wrong. No, that's why it's so divided right now. If it was like that makes no sense.
Well,
and it's
I'll put it like this, right? If that's his actual argument, then he can explain why the DA is sitting on the fucking on their hands, right? Refusing to state that they're not pressing charges against the guy. Right?
I think,
look, if there was literally no case here, the investigation would be over. The DA would just announce they're not pressing charges. Instead, you have what I think the New York Times, I think CNBC are running articles right now saying, hey, this sounds like involuntary manslaughter. And the DA is saying that they may charge him for involuntary manslaughter. So you have like the people who would be responsible not dismissing it, meaning potentially they see that there is an active crime that's been committed, right? And they may go ahead and prosecute. I understand that the investigation is still going, right? Which is why they haven't made a statement. But if you think about it, if this is so fucking open and shut, then they don't need to be doing an investigation.
Like, I didn't, like, for example, like, I didn't see, like, when Diorio says there's a clusterfuck of coverage we have so far, like, he didn't link anything, he didn't cite anything, which I find it's funny because fucking when Rekieta made his tweet, Matt Pitt came out and was begging for a site of source to almost seems to debunk Rekieta, which is funny. I find that to be very funny that we don't need to see a cited source for Nick, but we need to see a cited source for the other one. That just so happens to be quote tweeting tipster, but whatever. That's probably nothing. That's probably nothing at all.
Well,
and there's hold on. I want to address your point on the gun safety, right? Gun safety is the responsibility of the user, correct?
Uh-huh.
So the point against that made by Nick is basic rules of gun safety doesn't apply to people on a movie set who literally pointed at people and pulled the trigger. That already breaks every rule there fucking is, LOL.
Well, so here's the problem, though. They're not supposed to be pointing the gun at somebody and pulling the trigger for a shot, and they weren't even filming when he pulled the trigger.
Yeah, somebody linked the fucking resources for producers, safety tips for use of firearms.
Well, I mean, I have the safety bulletins.
Treat all guns as if they're loaded and deadly. Never point a firearm at anyone, including yourself. Use protective shields for all of stage cast. Check the firearm every time you take possession of it.
Okay,
right?
So this is from the Screen Actors Guild, the safety bulletins, and this is what most of the unions base their rules behind, right? Because this is how you handle yourself on a film set, right? You're supposed to know these, okay? And page 11, very small section for firearms because it's pretty to the point. And it's just what you just said, Sam. Treat all weapons as though they are loaded and or ready to use. Do not play with weapons and never point one at anyone, including yourself. Follow the directions of the property master and or weapons handler regarding all weapons. The use of firearms and or other weapons may require special permits, yada, yada, yada. Anyone that will be using a weapon shall know all the operating features and safety devices. All weapons must undergo thorough safety inspection, testing, and cleaning on a daily basis by qualified personnel. Anyone handling a weapon shall receive the proper training and know all operating features and safety devices. If firearms and other weapons are used in filming, the property master and or weapons handler must meet with cast and crew, inform them of the safety precautions in effect, and answer any questions. Now, to be clear here, right? The number one thing that they say is you always treat it as it's loaded and you never point one at anyone, including yourself. Now, there's another one that specifically would refer to the weapons master, the armor, right? And in that one, I think it's really interesting because it points out all the ways that the armor failed, right? But it also mentions the same thing about the armor needing to do these safety meetings with the crew for anyone who's going to be handling a weapon. It sounds like the armor is a fucking idiot, by the way. But Alec Baldwin knows
she wasn't trained at all. Well, she wasn't really she wasn't trained for a job. That's why Steve had this fucking fucking conspiracy of sorts, or he had like this hypothesis in his head that he was like, well, maybe he was sleeping with the chick and that's why he just took her and he didn't even look at her resume. I'm like, is that probable?
No, I think probable, but let me present you a much more logical explanation. Alec Baldwin is burning through cash on this film he doesn't have a large budget, and he hired somebody that would be very cheap, like someone who has no experience and will take a job for literally anything that you would pay them.
Well, plus she probably was wanting to get experience, so she was going to hop on the first opportunity she was offered.
I mean, these aren't like here's the thing, right? I'm not saying that this was done because like, oh, he hired someone intentionally because he was fucking him. But like, look, realistically, he was looking to save money. That's why they were putting the crew in hotels like an hour and a half away from where they were filming because it was cheaper.
That's a good point. But you know what?
Yeah,
it could still be both.
I mean, it could be both, right?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying you don't need to go all in on like Alec Baldwin, you complete degenerate. But realistically, he's a Hollywood guy. I mean,
well, no, it's just
these guys
honestly, dude, listen.
It's not out of the realm of
the reason. The reason it came into Steve's head in particular, and it was like I was like, I agree, is probably because it's something he would do and it's something I would do too. So like we're like oh yeah, like, we'd be like yeah, fuck yeah, we'd probably like hire a chick to like do as well. That's just us. Like,
hey, well, Sen, here's the takeaway: just don't get somebody fucking killed.
But like here's with this whole thing, it's like then Diorio's objectively wrong. Like even if we're using your statement too, then he's objectively wrong.
No, he is objectively wrong because look, no, 100%. Look, if his argument is he doesn't think that Alec Baldwin would ever be charged, he's probably correct, right? Because I'm sitting there thinking it's kind of weird that they haven't just like stated that they won't press charges on him, only because it's like a really heavy blue area. It doesn't make sense for them to go after an actor who is well beloved amongst people on the left because he's also an activist, right?
I think his argument, maybe his argument is that and it's on like I'm trying to like
his argument is
Alec Baldwin isn't responsible for the shooting.
Yeah,
I could understand like the bad faith thing being like saying Alec Baldwin intentionally shot her.
Yeah, like it depends on where you want to say responsible. Responsible in terms of like, somebody got killed. Yes, he's responsible for that. Responsible in that he wanted to kill them. No, he's not responsible. I don't think he wanted to kill someone.
No, absolutely.
And I can understand possibly the referencing like kind of like the clusterfuck of coverage. I think is a mix of either just like all the different opinions on the situation.
Well, he didn't cite any source, and opinions can be.
To be clear,
no. This brings me to my second point because I know they were talking about this on stream. It could be talking about Yellow Flash's videos.
That's one person making multiple videos on the situation.
I mean, like again, in like your criticism stands with the fact that he didn't cite a source.
When you would want like, and this is weird because it's from Nick of all people too. But when you want sources and you want like legitimately reach like an adequate conclusion, you would take multiple sources. You wouldn't just take one fucking person. That's what I initially thought. I'm like, are they fucking only talking about Flash's videos? That's weird.
Like, I'm just trying to like say that's like maybe a possible reasoning.
Yeah, no. So I can get that because that's the first thing that came to my mind too.
So Sam, I haven't watched Yellow Flash's videos on it. Like I don't know if he's done like 5 videos or like I haven't watched it. Okay. So
let me see.
Do you guys want we can check it out? Like
I'm gonna count how many videos he's made on this situation.
Yeah, I've talked about it a lot, but
I will say it is a bit excessive. Like I don't think he should be making as many videos as he did.
Well, obviously you don't know Flash very well, but I don't put it behind.
I
don't have it.
I've seen his videos before. It's just okay. Let's
see. The thing is,
I don't put anything.
I didn't know. Actually, hold on. There was one video I watched from it. It was about the armor. I didn't know that the thing about them finding all of these bullet casings all around the set. Right. That I didn't know about. So if there is new news, fine. But look, at the end of the day, when we looked at the coverage of this when it happened, right? There was a fuck ton of misinformation, right? People said it misfired. I'm not going guys, if the gun misfired, it means it didn't fire a round.
Should we read the affidavit?
He's made 7 videos from what I could count.
Should we read the affidavit?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have it. Oh, that's good. You're to get it.
See-Thrugan in chat says it's 8, so I might have missed one, but
Seagull.
Okay.
Rogan.
Like, okay.
I mean, it is excessive coverage, but you know,
Who
Well, the thing
cares?
is, though, I don't
It-
care.
like, it's
Like,
Well,
like-
what's the wait? Hold on.
it's
What
like
does
get
the
your
what
bag,
does
like-
what does the excessive coverage have to do with anything?
I think from what I've been seeing most people taking an issue with, it's just the fact that, and I think it might be a little bit of moral grandstanding, is the fact that it's like about a tragedy and he's milking like.
Oh, but like, who cares?
videos
Who
out
cares?
of
Like,
it.
honestly, who cares
I don't
about that?
know.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
asking.
Jesus,
No.
shut
My
up.
that's not even my point. My point is like, wait, where's the cluster of coverage? Like,
Well,
my
yeah.
point is that Nicholas Diorio should know better. That if you want to reach a good, because I've seen him do this before. Well, if you want to reach an adequate conclusion, why wouldn't you take multiple sources? Like you didn't even cite any sources. That's
okay,
my
so
problem.
let me give some help, right? Way back when we talked about the Vic Mignogna thing, Cody from Anime Outsiders did this collage, right? And he did a fuck ton of thumbnails, right, from all these different videos to prove a point. Okay, whether or not you think he proved his point, regardless, doesn't matter. I'm saying that he took the time to show everybody just how much of this content there was, right? Like, if Diori is going to say, like, there's this fuck ton of coverage on it, okay, well, mention to me somebody other than, like, Yellow Flash, right?
He didn't
Like,
even mention Flash. He didn't
like-
mention anyone.
If he's
that
but
was
if
my
he's
reasoning.
talking,
I
but hold
came
on,
up with that.
if he's talking about, like, just general news, oh, sorry. If he's talking about, like, general news outlets, right? There has been a ton of coverage, right? Like I was sourcing most of my stuff with like the LA Times and checking it through with some of the stuff from like Fox News and everything to try to get like two different sides of things.
Well, does the unanimous coverage of everything lead one to believe it's one-sided?
Like, I don't see how. Like,
Because
that's possible.
that's the only way his point would make any sense.
Because like the thing is, when he had said that, I checked, like I Googled Alec Baldwin's name, just checked the headlines, and there were stories about how the DA is considering pressing charges. So I'm sitting there going like, okay, if they're saying that, and you're saying that it's like bad faith to say that he may have, like, come on, right? It is bad faith to argue that he intentionally wanted to go murder somebody. 100%. I find that fucking gross, disgusting, and completely takes away from what the actual problem is.
Which he
But-
could have been referencing.
Could have, but like that's a thing.
Yeah,
Oh
I don't
my
know. I think
God.
what really would have probably helped the situation is more clarification.
Okay, well, the follow-up tweets is Unga Bunga Alec Bad, and he links to 4 rules of gun safety. And the tweet after that is delete your account if you link me this shit.
Well, you know what I found really stupid about that?
So he didn't really
Oh.
elaborate on his point, like in the
Okay.
charitable
Well,
interpretation that
yeah.
you're leading.
Well,
Trying to give him.
these
So-
guys have some sort of fucking idea that because it's happening on a film set, the rules are different, right? No, when you're on a film set, there are still rules in how you handle a firearm, and everybody needs to be trained. They won't give, like, I don't understand. Like, do they think that if they're an actor, right, and they go onto the fucking film set and they've never handled a fucking gun, right, that someone's going to hand them one and tell them, okay, so you're going to point it? No, that would never happen. That's not what they do. Jesus, if they were just doing that, if it was as lax and stupid as that, you'd see accidental shootings happening all the fucking time. This
Probably
is
happening on a daily basis.
the thing is, people want to like put all the blame on one person. What you got to understand is the armorer is supposed to do this thing, right? The armorer is supposed to do a safety meeting. There's supposed to be a whole like safety coordinator. I forget the like specific title, who's supposed to be making sure that they're all following those safety guidelines, which to my understanding, they didn't, and they weren't. Right. And then the actors are supposed to check the firearms before they do anything with them. Now, to be clear, people pointed out, well, other people are checking them before they hand them to them. Okay, I'll give you that one, right? I'll give you that one. I don't necessarily think you're correct, but Alec Baldwin then violates the number one rule. He did not treat that weapon like it was loaded, and he pointed it at somebody. And well, you could maybe try to argue that he was, he made a terrible lapse in judgment, and you feel like that's not negligent because everybody wanted him to get this shot. Okay, but they turned the camera off, and then he fired it. So
Like-
this was not even about the film at this point.
There's so
Like-
many people on Twitter arguing about this from like an emotional standpoint, and like surprisingly, it's like But I've seen, and it kind of looks like Nick is arguing from there because he, like, I don't think Alec Baldwin wanted to kill someone, but like
she said
legally,
she tried to hold a safety meeting and was overruled. Look, if that's true, like, this is the thing, right? As it stands right now, Alec Baldwin is still responsible.
Yeah,
she is
like legally speaking, right?
Yeah, legally speaking, he acted negligently, and that resulted in somebody's death.
But like the problem with him is that he says, "Oh, that doesn't apply to like to the movie set."
Well,
right?
Then you're a fucking idiot, and you should never be around a fucking firearm.
If I'm understanding it correctly, that's what his shit pivots to. It's like, oh, well, it's not, it's, you know, and that's what not only him, but that's most people. Okay. Well, yeah, that might apply, but this doesn't apply to a movie set.
Look, that is fucking stupid.
Which is funny because Flamenco
right.
actually linked something, and it was like, I believe it's the same shit we were just looking at, right? Like
it's from the Screen Actors Guild, dude. Like, I mean,
that's
Flamenco is like, he said, I don't know if he was not trained on this, but apparently this is an industry standard. And then he posts the safety tips for use of firearms, and he posted that.
Look, so. I'm just saying, nobody needs to argue that Alec Baldwin wanted to murder someone to point out that he did commit a crime. Okay, these again, like you said, Sen, it's an industry standard, right? It's an industry standard for a reason. Okay, he violated basic safety standards. It sounds like everything on that film was being done improperly, not just the handling of firearms, right?
But that's another thing that I have like I don't want to take apart Diorio's tweets too much, but that's like, this goes into why it's like, it's stupid for him to say you have to be dishonest to believe. It's like, no, dude, like, we all see the reality.
Well, I'll pull it up just so people can actually see what you're talking about.
There are multiple reasons as to why it's probable. Like, from when he says you have to be incredibly bad faith or dishonest or whatever he said, you need to be incredibly bad faith to even insinuate that. It's like, that is an implication that if you're wanting to be bad faith toward Alec Baldwin, obviously you have a bias towards him, you don't like him. I don't know anything about him. I actually, like, the little that I know about him from, like, you know, his works, I think it's like, he's a good actor. I think he's fun. I didn't even know he was an asshole.
Well, okay,
but like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, he's like,
this particular situation.
He can be. Well, my thing is that I'm not even biased, dude, and I'm arguing against Baldwin for this because I think Kroll might be onto something. I think Rekieta might be onto something, right? That's my thing.
I mean, look,
I'm not biased. I'm not trying to be bad faith or any. These are just the facts that are presented to me, and I think that they hold weight.
So, look, this is why I said I found this here. I read this as somebody who's just seeing a bunch of people that are on the right, and they're not really making an argument for why he has done something criminal, and people are just looking at it like, oh, you just hate Alec Baldwin because he said something about. In fact, I stated something on Twitter, and it's in one of these fucking threads, right? And somebody replied to me, and they were like, "You're just mad that he said bad things about Trump," and I'm like, "Bro, like, what the fuck?" Right? Like, I said clear, like, nothing.
Did he say bad things about Trump?
I mean,
yeah, like, you don't even know. You guys know this shit more than I do. I don't know.
But my thing was, like, I wasn't talking about any of that. I find the polling of Alec Baldwin's tweets, right, to like shame him or to like prove a point, to be incredibly bad faith. People that are doing that, if Yorio's seeing that and that's where he's coming to this conclusion,
then that makes a bit more sense.
That would make a bit more sense. However, right, there is coverage on this. It's just there's a lot of bad coverage too, because he linked to a story by Telegraph World News, right? And this was posted today. And in their news story, they say it is still not known whether Baldwin actually pulled the trigger or the gun went off inadvertently.
Oh my god!
I can understand. I give people as much rope as humanly possible on this one. I can understand if he's only seeing tweets of people like pulling up Alec Baldwin's tweets and saying he should be arrested, because that's just that does absolutely nothing, right? I can understand if he is talking, when he's talking about like all this coverage, he's talking about other outlets, right? Because he did link to an outlet in a different tweet. So to be fair, it could be all based on that. However, to say that it is bad faith to take issues with what happened, or specifically to say that Alec Baldwin has responsibility in what occurred. That I find to be a really, if I'm going to be charitable, very fucking disingenuous, right? If I'm going to be a complete asshole, I would say that that's just bad fucking faith right there on the fucking screen.
But are you saying that we don't even have full confirmation on whether or not it was a misfire or whether or not?
No, we do.
So what was it? What was it? Did he pull the trigger?
He did pull the trigger.
So it wasn't a misfire.
Okay. Today.
Okay, it came out today.
Some random news outlet on Twitter said that they don't know if he pulled the trigger or if it went off inadvertently.
Well, until you get the full well, it looks like there isn't a cluster full of
no. My point is
though.
Everybody knows he pulled the trigger. Everybody knows he pulled the trigger. There's a news outlet today that's saying that that's in dispute.
Should we really be coming to a definitive conclusion on either side if we can't, if all these things are still happening, if people are saying, oh, wait, we don't know if he, that, or we do know that he pulled it, but then it's like, oh, no, we don't know. What the fuck? Can we get, all the facts before we start preaching?
Send. We know he pulled the trigger. Some stupid fucking outlet today posted that they don't know if he did or didn't. Because
they're contributing to a problem.
That's what I mean. There's a lot of outlets that contributed to the problem right at the start because they argued that the gun was misfired. They argued that Alec Baldwin was given a gun that was cocked, and when he held the gun, the trigger just went off. There are outlets that have argued the dumbest shit possible, right? Then we got the investigation. Then we got the affidavits. We have a much clearer understanding. Now, could there be more details, right? Sure. But unless we find out that one of the crew members secretly loaded the gun with live ammunition, unless we find something like that out, nothing changes at this point. We know the basic elements, right? Alec Baldwin was given a gun. He was told the gun was cold. Days prior, the same thing had happened, and an accident occurred when an actor fired a gun accidentally. Alec Baldwin then goes through that exact same fucking process and points a gun at somebody, which he is not supposed to do. Then, when they turn the cameras off, for whatever reason, maybe because he thought it would look cool, maybe because he thought it'd be a good way of wrapping things up, he pulled the trigger, and instead of a blank coming out, an actual bullet was fired, killing somebody. There you go. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just really dumb, really. The only people that I've seen make coherent points that without it being skewed or looking skewy is really Rekieta and Ukro, which I was to be honest, complete transparent, I was hesitant to latch on to your word on it right off the bat, because sometimes you have a tendency to just certain things they just I kind of disagree, the Arcadum thing, right? You know whatever, right? Was it the Arcadum thing that you had the blowback with?
Oh yeah, totally.
Is the Arcadum thing, and so I went ahead and I looked more into it.
We're friends.
And
you don't have to agree with everything I say, dude.
Yeah, no, that's the beauty of friendship, but real friendship, mind you. But the thing with the Rekieta thing, it's I also look at it as, well, there's this meme around, right? And it's everybody is oh, Rekieta, that's another one he got wrong. Rekieta's a bad lawyer. Rekieta's this and that. But it's here's the facts. Rekieta still has legal knowledge, and Rekieta still went to law school that I know of. He's still a fucking lawyer. Am I going to listen to the drunk lawyer, even if he's not as qualified? Or am I going to listen to the random commentary guy that I know for sure does not have a law degree or has not been doing this for as long as Nick Rekieta? I don't know. I'm going to be objective, and I'm going to choose the fucking lawyer. I don't know. That's just my thing.
You're not going to agree with Tipster and Diorio, the ones who
work
on legal sets all the time?
I want to be fair.
Aren't lawyers?
When he says people sending him this screenshot, and he goes, delete your account if you link me this shit, I can understand why, and it's pretty clear. It's because in the top left-hand corner it says a girl and a gun women's shooting league. This is some random. Okay, this, to be fair, this is some random shooting league. Right?
I didn't take into account the top left, but don't the 4 rules of gun safety still apply in this instance?
It does, and the thing is, if you
Unfortunately-
read through the Screen Actors Guild, if you read through what they say in page 11, the number one thing is to treat guns as if they're always loaded.
Exactly. No. But that's
Never let the muzzle cover.
Well, that's my
point
problem.
at
Right.
anything that you're not willing to.
That's my
describe.
problem right there. It's like number one, this seems like common sense. Number two,
It
it's been
is!
verified.
No, it's common sense.
It's verified by another source, right? I kind of can see, although it's incredibly fucking juvenile. Well, upper left, I see this shit. Oh, obviously, I'm going to dismiss every other thing. No, I look at fucking everything.
Well, okay,
it's
so
really
it's like
because it's
that-
for the women.
Well, because here's the thing: somebody linked him the 4 rules of gun safety, and the source is not anything to do with film sets or anything. The source is some random women's league, right?
No, women's shooting league.
So
yeah.
but here's the thing,
Fortnite
right?
League.
I know that these basic 4 rules. This is the 4 rules for gun safety that everybody follows, including film sets and Hollywood and actors. Everybody follows these same rules. But if you're Diorio or Tipster who don't own firearms and never been through any sort of training,
I was about to say that. Do these motherfuckers even?
No, I don't think they do.
Have they ever owned a firearm?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think they do. So, imagine this, right? You're someone who knows nothing about firearms, and you're talking about this issue, and somebody links you some random fucking women's shooting league and goes, "These are the 4 rules for gun safety that they're supposed to be following." I would look at that having no knowledge of guns and just say, "Is this person retarded?" I probably would. But the thing is, as someone who's been through this, those are the same 4 rules that everybody has to follow, including the fucking film sets. Yes, it's just if you pull up the Screen Actors Guild, their segment on gun safety, it touches up on all of these points, and it flat out states the first 2.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like kind of like they're going for again. Seems like an emotional response of sorts.
It's definitely some there's definitely some emotion.
I don't think I think
least.
the only ones in commentary I've seen that have weighed in on this shit heavily is Tipster and Diorio. I don't think I've seen anybody else really.
I mean, Augie called the situation cancer.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah,
he's not wrong.
That's what I'm gonna say is I've been so tuned out from all this shit because I see so much back and forth about it that I'm just why I'm just gonna look at something else. It's just I don't fucking care. That might make me sound like a sociopath or some shit, but I just don't care.
Well, the thing is, I think it's important just to establish, what are, proper uses for firearms, and are there any exceptions to it? The thing is, there are none, right? People are making these arguments that Alec Baldwin has no responsibility because he's an actor, and on the film sets they don't follow the same rules as us. It doesn't work that way. It seems incredibly stupid to me that people actually think that you go on a film set and the basic, rules for gun safety just go out the fucking window. Now, look, the reason why the Screen Actors Guild has a brief section and it says you need to coordinate this with the armor or the weapons master or whoever is because there will be additional rules depending on what kind of film it is, what sort of firearms you are using, right? What the sets are going to be. Those things all change depending on the movie, but the basic premise of gun safety does not change, period. And the thing is, when you talk about negligence, you just need to establish that he acted irresponsibly. If he violates all the rules of gun safety, you can't then argue that he's not being negligent. You can still argue the armorer is also responsible, 100%. But just because one person did a thing doesn't mean that the other person doing a thing isn't also wrong and illegal.
Yeah,
I wonder how a debate between Tipster and Rekieta would have gone.
Well,
you got to do the 2 Nicks, Rekieta and Diorio.
Actually, that's it. Yeah, that would be better. I would see
you
Rekieta,
do Crow and Tipster.
Rekieta and fucking Nick Diorio. I would want to see that.
Hey, that'd be more interesting.
Does anyone have the affidavit? Can we just read it ourselves instead of getting the news's interpretation of it?
Deb said it sent it. She sent it to you, Crow.
Yeah, you should just go over it yourself instead of reading two interpretations to cross-reference.
Steve, what are you drinking?
Oh, Monster. Because
Which one? Which one?
Shit,
Just
that
a regular
reminds
one.
me.
Wait,
Okay,
where did
good.
Deb send it to me?
I don't know. She just said I sent it.
Probably
to you.
Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Try it.
that's
Check your messages. But don't do it like while you're looking at this shit.
Don't leak the DM.
Yeah, you have it like on the screen.
Yeah, you always do this.
I
shit,
thought that this was clickbait.
John
I thought we
did
were
that
watching
one
3 a.m.
stream.
videos for Halloween.
Oh, yeah. We are going to watch 3am videos. Like,
Dude,
I didn't
we
think
need
we were
to
going to be
have a
talking
J
about this that
Station
long.
3 a.m.
We're gonna watch J Station 3am videos after this.
Fucking
So,
J
yeah.
Station.
Okay, so this is from Newsweek. Affidavit details 5 key moments on set. An affidavit released on Sunday has detailed the moments where Alec Baldwin fired a prop gun. Okay, it's not
I
a
want,
prop
like, the
gun.
actual
No.
affidavit,
Steve. It's not a prop gun. Okay.
No, it's a real gun.
It's a real fucking gun. They keep calling it a prop gun. It's a real gun. Like Jesus Christ. Like,
because at first I actually heard like one of the things was, oh yeah, it was a prop gun, like an airsoft gun or whatever, and it was like one of the bullets that killed her. Like, what? Doesn't make any sense.
okay, look.
Can airsoft guns actually kill people?
Okay, all right. You want to talk about like fucking biased as shit? Okay, look at this. Baldwin tried to ensure gun safety. Okay, according to the affidavit, Baldwin had been very careful with the weapon. Sure, and Russell said he had made sure a child wasn't near him when discharging the gun.
I got one question. Why does the second part need to be added?
Well, but then you go into here. It's like after the incident, Baldwin released.
What is
expressing his grief and shock.
Well, I'm curious to why a child has to do anything. Like, what does that have to do with this?
Dude, like
it almost seems like you're adding a little bit of emotional bait in there to.
Well,
make
no.
your
The
point.
emotional bait
exactly
is
the
saying that he went to Twitter expressing his grief and shock.
Well,
and then
hold on.
released a statement.
I'm sure he is like grieving and shocking because he killed someone.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the most important thing, right? The cold gun, the lunch break, the point of the gun at the camera. Pointing the gun at the camera, period. That's a major violation, right? And that is extremely negligent. Period.
Well, you're saying that there is stuff that already happened like this prior, right? And you're saying like he should have been checking the gun, especially since stuff prior that happened. What if he thought that all of that was already addressed, so he felt like it's okay to like
so
not check
Steve,
it?
the problem is if he was just like a regular humbug actor on the set, but he's also a producer. So if they
be in jail.
okay, so
if
no. I mean in terms of like responsibility, he's also a producer. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The crew walked off the set because they hadn't made any changes. They were upset over the lack of gun safety. So they left that day. The lack of gun safety, the long hours, and the 1.5 hour commute to the film set.
So as a producer, like how much of that is his say? Like, doesn't a producer just usually throw money at a project so they can have their like name?
Well, I'll put it like this. The problem is when you're a producer, your name is attached to it. It's kind of like saying you're a manager.
Like
right?
you're liable.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what you're getting at?
Uh-huh. So
Okay.
but even then, even if he was a regular actor, for him to not notice that there was an accidental shooting days prior, for him to not notice that the crew just got up and left, right? Would mean he is just completely functionally retarded.
Well, and just not doing the proper gun safety on top of all of that. You know,
Yeah,
because, like he shouldn't have pointed it. He shouldn't have had his finger near the trigger if it went off, and he should have checked it beforehand.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, though, like people have argued, well, he was given the gun, he was told it was a cold gun. Look, I understand that. He's still supposed to check it, but even if you give him that, he's never supposed to point the gun at a fucking camera where people are standing. And if they weren't even filming, so you can't even argue he was going for a good shot.
I don't know. That's why I want to read the affidavit, like the actual affidavit. I don't know how to get it. I gotta go figure out how to get it.
Could this be like Crow? Could this be an instance like of debating legality versus morality?
I think that's what's going on.
I'm seeing it devolve into that.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sen, I saw what you put here. A prop gun is specifically designed to not fire actual rounds. If it is firing actual rounds, it ain't a prop. Exactly. Negligence negligence is a failure to exercise appropriate and or ethical ruled care expected to be exercised among specified circumstances. So again, if there are industry standards on how you handle a firearm, and Alec Baldwin chose not to follow those standards that he has been trained in, that's just negligence.
It's pretty cut and dry to me, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm arguing negligence, right? This is my argument, and this is the definition, and this is, these are the reasons why it's negligence, and everybody seems to like not want to argue that, and they want to argue something completely different. So I'm like, but cut and dry, I mean, you're objectively wrong, and there is a possibility that he can get fucked because there are all these legal things that are being said. Like Rekieta said one last night again, and nobody really was able to refute it. The only person that I saw step up to him was Matt Pitt, who Rekieta, is there something that you can cite as a source? It came off totally as fucking desperation, because he doesn't do it to his own party, right? That want to go ahead and make these statements or whatever. But it's okay. It's fine. But it does come off as very fucking desperate. And Rekieta had a reply to that, in fact. And I could give you that tweet if you want to look at it.
Yeah, I'll take a look. Because Matt Pitt responded to me, because I responded to Vito. Right? Because Vito was like, the right is so desperate for a win, they're denying logic. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, well, Vito supports cuties, so...
Yeah, dude, I saw that too. I was like, fuck you, dude.
We don't talk about that, though.
But I responded to it. I was like, look, I mean, you're wrong if you're politicizing it. And then Matt Pitt responded, he's like, of course it's political, like everything else. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, but if you can't separate... But I was like... I
didn't know Wendy's fries...
I was like, if you can't separate the politics from the facts of the case, then you shouldn't be talking about it.
Everything's political. So the French fries I get from McDonald's must be political to the French fries
I get from
look, Wendy's and Burger King. And
I'm not gonna argue that this case hasn't turned into just a
argument. No. I agree with that. I agree with that. I just find it very funny that they would say a statement like, everything's political or whatever, and trying to be taken seriously. I find that to be hilarious, actually.
I don't get how you can
Hey, Mr. L.
I mean, I do see some people on Twitter try to make it.
What's up? Do you have a comment on this case?
Yeah, who you think's in the wrong?
I don't know what's going on. I just wanted to join.
Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin involuntary manslaughtered a person.
Who's in the wrong?
Oh, okay. Who's in the wrong? I haven't seen anything recently. I saw that I guess the firearms expert owner is blaming Alec Baldwin last, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, I think Fox News got a firearms expert who said that Alec Baldwin violated the number one rule. And they were talking about him pointing the gun at somebody.
Yeah, I don't know the rules to that, so I can't I don't have an opinion on it yet. I know it must suck for everyone, for Alec Baldwin for doing it, and the people who witnessed it, and the family. But
I think it sucks more for the family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as in who's to blame and stuff. I don't know, because I don't know what the procedures are. I know they were saying cold weapon or cold gun or whatever and stuff, and there was just a lot of mishandling and things like that. And again, I didn't really look into it, so I don't have an opinion, I guess, of who I think is right or wrong. Just that it sucks.
Pretty much.
No,
it was Alex Stunt double that fired the gun.
Oh,
that's funny.
Yeah.
That was the first year.
Double fired a gun also days before when he was also told the gun was cold, meaning nothing would fire. Nobody was hurt that time, though.
You know what, though? When they do say, though, that, they're on low budget, this is a low budget kind of thing. I don't think he has a stunt double, so I think it was. I was just kidding.
Watch somebody actually make that argument, though.
Yeah, I showed you the tweet, funny. Crow.
Yeah, hold on. I'll share the screen for this because this article doesn't really do anything for us.
So, do you think he's going to go to jail, Crow?
Stuff though, or no? Or did you guys already do that?
We are.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Wait. What did
he said? Are you going to do the 3 a.m. shit? And I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going to do 3 a.m. I didn't think we were going to pull up this tweet, but we'll go through this really quick. So yeah.
Do you want to
Tipster
go
goes
from
like,
Tipster to Ricada to Matt and then so on?
Yeah, okay, let me click on this. I don't want to go through all of Tipster's tweets on it.
Just go for that one and then
yeah.
go to the quote tweet.
I feel like so many of the people having this gun safety on film set talk by using normal gun safety talking points have never actually seen an action movie before. You literally could not do what Hollywood does under those guidelines, like, at all. And now, like, again, I'm trying to not be a complete asshole because I know that when I'm talking to somebody who does not own firearms and has never been through, like, you know, basic firearm training, I don't want to, like, be a complete fucking asshole here, but, like,
that's not the only problem. He's not even citing a source.
No, he's definitely not. The other thing is, like, bro, like, again, when you film, they have you film multiple shots and they clip those shots together. They use your best takes. So yes, they can just they can just stop the filming, check the gun, and then have you line right back up for the. Like, it happens all the time. Like, I was like, what are you talking about? I was so fucking confused by this. Like, how do you think the stunt doubles get mixed into the film? Do you think that they magically transport into where the person was standing? Like, they just, like, swap places? Like, he goes, like, you know, like, he doesn't argue, you know, has never been on a film set before, right? He says, like, have never actually seen an action movie before. I'm like
what?
It's like,
I don't know how you got to, like, him thinking that.
How can you, like,
the stunt doubles? I don't know.
No, wait, hold on. Never seen an action movie. Well,
because he's arguing that you can't practice proper gun safety, and that if you don't understand that, then you've clearly never watched an action movie. So what I'm saying is, like, by that fucking logic, like, are you saying that they can't stop the filming to check the gun and then begin the filming again? Because that's what they do all the fucking time. If you think that they're not, if you think that it's not possible for you to do that, then you must think when the stunt double comes in for the action scene, he, like, magically swaps places with the actual actor and then magically swaps places back out. Like, dude, come on.
No, that's just the stunt double the whole time. He gets those scenes.
Like, I was like, what are you doing? Like, okay, see, this is what I mean by, like, Tipster he's not someone who's trained in firearms. So I'm like, I try to be super forgiving, and I'm trying not to say anything to be like
the people that are weighing in on this aren't trained.
No, they're not. Okay, most of the people weighing in on this are completely untrained when it comes to firearms, or are just politically motivated.
Well, they can't even do a fucking Google search on this shit either. They don't want to. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I mean, there's a ton of misinformation when it comes to firearms, so I'm not really surprised. The thing is, it wouldn't surprise me if for Tipster and Diorio, these are just commonly accepted facts, because Tipster lives down in LA. Diorio's from New York City. Like, they're not areas where guns are seen as a good thing whatsoever. Right?
Why wouldn't they be arguing against him? Like, he shot and killed a person. How can you be like, he's innocent? Like, you know what I mean? It's a weirdest stance to take as, like, someone like that.
Because their mindset is it's a film set, right? He's doing a stunt, or he's filming, right? And he's being told to fire the gun. So
it was an accident. We can all agree it was an accident, right? Like, he didn't intentionally go and try to do this, but it's still like, someone died, and someone needs to be held responsible for that.
Yeah, look,
who's that going to be?
I mean, the easiest way of putting this is there are industry standards. He didn't follow those industry standards, and had he followed them, that girl would not be dead. Like,
it sounds like you were saying before. I think, like, the whole movie set wasn't following any standard.
Oh my god! Like, everything sounds like it was completely out of fucking whack. What film? Like, you're not even supposed to bring live ammunition onto a film set. You're not even supposed to bring live ammo there, right? But That's fucking crew was bringing live ammunition and using the guns to do target practice because they were there for so fucking long. They just wanted to do something, right? Like, this is horrible, like, all the way around. It sounds like the fucking producers, which would include Alec Baldwin, were treating the crew like shit and not, like, giving them basic accommodations, and instead letting them fire the fucking guns as a distraction.
It's like that theme park that killed a bunch of kids.
Move on to Ricada's tweet.
Okay. Real quick. What was Alec Baldwin supposed to do? Like I don't know the procedure. Like,
okay, so Louis,
just aim and shoot, or no?
No, Louis. There's two things The first thing is debatable, right? Alec Baldwin should have checked the gun prior to doing anything, right? And had he have checked it, he would have seen that there was live ammunition in there and not bullets. People debate it because somebody did hand him the gun, right? And they told him the gun was cold. However, days prior, his stunt double was also handed a gun, told it was cold, and it contained live ammunition, and he fired it, and the crew was upset and left the set that day. People are debating whether or not Alec should have actually checked the gun. By all training that I have ever had, yes, he is supposed to check the gun. And they can pause the filming and have him check the gun.
And being that like that's, would Alec Baldwin be able to tell if the rounds were live or like blanks?
Yeah, blanks and live ammunition look different. Alec Baldwin, it doesn't. I'll be clear. It doesn't sound like the armorer ever did a safety meeting. She released a statement from her lawyer saying that she was overruled and unable to do one by the by the producers. So I don't know if that's true or false, right?
So
but that's a really bad, that would be really bad if that is
bad.
true. I'm ignoring it for now because clearly she has reasons to lie. So we'll wait and see on that one, right? So the next part, and this is the part that's not debatable at all. The Screen Actors Guild has a section in how to handle firearms safely on a film set, right? It's an industry standard. The unions have the same rules when their actors are working on films, right? You are never supposed to point the gun at another human being. You're also supposed to treat the gun as if it is loaded, even if you know it isn't. Alec Baldwin violated both of those rules, and that is the number one. Those are like the number one fucking rules, right? You treat it as if it's loaded, and you never point it at somebody. He did that anyways. People have tried to argue that it's a film set and they were doing a shot. The problem is they had actually turned the cameras off, and then he fired the gun.
Are we doing a recap right now?
Yeah, well, I'm explaining it to Louis, right? So those are the two things that would show that Alec Baldwin was being negligent, right? People are going back and forth and debating whether or not he has any responsibility here. And statements like this just show that this is someone who doesn't know how to handle a firearm.
Okay.
Go to Rekida's.
I'm going to go to Rekida's. Sorry, I didn't mean to do a full recap, but he didn't know. Okay,
no,
so
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alec fired a gun with live rounds by pointing them at the director of photography and pulling the trigger when they weren't filming, and he wasn't authorized to fire live or blank. Basics of gun safety, like a clear chamber and adequate trigger discipline, would prevent it. Rekeda, can I see the source that said Alec was not authorized to fire? Now, I understand what you mean, son, because like Tipster and Diorio have both made statements on this. And
No
Matt Pitt didn't you like jump in?
Where are you to question those two, Matt? You're not around for that. But
hypocritical.
Rekeda, front and center, and this was
I
like
don't know.
so fast too. Like I heard that Matt is like Tommy's little gremlin that goes like everywhere looking for like the fresh scoop and shit. Not my words, somebody else's. But I heard that, and I'm like, I don't believe you. I don't think Matt is like that. No, well there it is.
Matt's
Lo
in
and
the chat,
behold.
dude.
Oh, Matt. Hey, you want to come on, buddy? You're welcome to come on. It's a celebrity.
Okay, Matt. He's criticizing you, and I do want to ask. I think Tommy C also said that Alec's not really responsible here, but I could be wrong there. So don't like I could be wrong. Guys. I've been smoking tonight. It's Halloween.
That's okay. I haven't been smoking. I'm good.
It's not Halloween. You know you're streaming on Halloween.
Yeah,
Well,
damn it.
what is that shit in the
Sunday is
background?
Halloween.
Is that Louis?
Stop. Yeah, it's
that might
probably
be-
Louis.
Yeah.
Maybe it isn't.
Yeah, Louis says terrible fucking mic. Okay, but he's arguing that you are not asking for a source from the other people that are talking about this, namely Tipster, Diorio, and anyone else. You're asking for the source from Rekeda, right, Sen? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, it
Okay,
could just be a friendly coincidence and it could mean nothing at all. But
Okay, like I'm making sure that I have it just stated clearly.
no. It's just what do you call it? You go front and center for a source for Rekeda, which is fine, I guess. But like, when it comes to Diorio's statement, I don't think we need a source for that. And when it comes to Tipster's statement, we don't need a source for that. It seems a little weird.
Can I steel man his real quick for you, son?
But he's basically saying he can't refute his point unless if the source is correct. So
you can't refute Rekida's point. You can't refute Rekida's
he's saying
so you need to ask her source.
That he was just asking for the source because he wanted to read it.
Got to discredit that source, right?
That's what it looks like. Okay, like pretty much. Like I don't know. It just doesn't. Whatever. I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like if
that's what it is, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So Matt, like honestly, if you do want a source, I would say just look at the Screen Actors Guild Safety Bulletin because that is the industry standard.
But here's the thing, like, wouldn't you want to look for a source regardless?
Well, okay.
No, he wants to be given sources.
Oh, you want to be handed the stuff.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that seeing as
that's why he comes in.
You're the news guy. You're the news guy. I thought you would want to collect sources for yourself. I know you wanted to be handed shit. Okay,
that's why he comes in. He's like, "What's going on here, guys?" It's like,
hand
read the fucking
information, please. I don't want to do my own research. Hand it to me. It's okay. I get it.
Son, I don't want to talk shit because I get my sources from people too.
Yeah, well, I call you out for it too, don't I, buddy?
I think we've all gotten
We've all shot on you for it, Crow.
I think Aura's objective.
Oh, I know. Matt, to be fair, they shit on me for it too.
Oh yeah, all the fucking time, Crow, on air and off air. I'm not letting you live that down, Crow.
But I gave Matt information too because he asked me for a source. You asked me for a source too on something, and I gave you the LA Times article that had that statement about the first shooting that occurred on set. But like again, it's a question of whether or not he's negligent because it's just negligent homicide is a thing. It's involuntary manslaughter, right? He doesn't need to have wanted to murder somebody. He just needs to have acted so irresponsibly it results in someone's death. I mean, again, it's very easy to point to cases of him being negligent. And again, the best source for you, Matt, is to look at the Screen Actors Guild Safety Bulletin because that is the industry standard, right? And that's why I think the prosecutor is not dismissing filing charges specifically for involuntary manslaughter because there have been multiple stories today talking about that. Now, whether or not it happens, I don't fucking know. Like I already said, it would surprise me if they actually bring charges against him because Alec Baldwin is very popular. The city is a blue district, right? And like he's a political activist on top of everything else. Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of fucking will to put that man into a jail cell. And that's what putting him on trial would be. Now, realistically, I think the DA might go to him and offer him some sort of plea deal where he, does something. I don't know, pays like a major fine and, just some basic, stupid, petty shit. But again, I'm surprised that they haven't dismissed going out there and like filing charges. Like it surprises me because I don't see anything that would be advantageous for that district attorney who's more than likely going to base their decisions on getting elected.
You know what he said? He said calling me a gremlin is ableist. Okay,
I want to talk about the fucking subject.
Was it gremlin or was it like little? Fuck it. I want to say Igor or little Stooge. It was gremlin, or maybe it was all three actually.
It's a sidekick.
It was like the sidekick to Tommy C. It's like he's in the little background. He's like the little guy. Tommy's the big guy. He's
not everything is about your missing leg, Matt.
He's like Tommy's like the big guy.
Hold on. Matt's really missing a leg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you know that? He actually does have a fucking leg.
But he turns everything into
no
that.
idea.
He didn't bring that up. What?
I thought when he was calling. I thought when he was calling me ableist, he was just being like funny.
No, he literally doesn't. He doesn't have a leg. I don't know what happened to it, but he doesn't have one. That's all I know.
Okay, well, I mean, I had no
Slug. That's why Slug was like, Matt, I will 3D print you a new leg. That was real. Like he actually tried.
A piece of shit.
He tried to like ride him with a 3D leg.
Oh don't use Slug's 3D printed leg. It'll break on you, Matt. I don't want to see. I don't want to see it.
Dude,
take
Slug's
a fall.
A piece of shit. No, fuck that guy. All right, look.
No, you say that, but he got unbanned from Tommy. It's pretty easily.
Well, dude,
Eh.
like Tommy
Tommy
can do
wants
whatever
to
he
have
wants.
that.
So he can't be that bad.
Tommy can do whatever he wants.
Well,
but,
I'm
like,
saying he
you're
can't be
talking
that bad if
but
he got
fucking,
like
like the shit with
unbanned
Slug.
like that.
Here's the thing, right? You can say that, right? But like, I will be fair. If Slug came onto one of our streams, we would let him on here because we want to shit all over him. We do it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, like, hey, as long as it's out of my server, you guys can fucking.
Steve's had Angry Slug on before, but like,
I've had him on lots of
I
times.
yeah.
You remember when he
anymore.
threatened to kill your mom, Steve? And he threatened to kill you the other time?
I don't think I've heard about them. I've seen a couple of death threats. He's
No, on
He
his
does
live
lots of
stream.
them.
You said his
Yeah.
live stream extravaganzas where he was like doing a whole bunch of fuck shit to you.
where he was pretending to be drunk again and
Yes.
saying a bunch of crazy stuff.
Yes.
Saying doxing me, saying my full name.
Yes.
Yeah, good times.
Man, Pizza and Weed Night is great. I should have just renamed it Pizza and Weed Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, read Ricada's reply.
Okay, so can we jump back into talking about the tweets? Are we done with this shit?
Yeah, read Ricada's reply.
Okay.
You guys, I'll
do
be
it
back.
again.
I'm
I'm just going to
GameStop.
change the
I'll talk to you in a
subject.
little bit.
Wait, what's up, Louis?
I said I'm going to GameStop. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Wait. What are you getting at GameStop?
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
I'm ready.
There are 2 shiny Pokemon for Sword and Shield, and the only way to get them is to get these cards from GameStop.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Wait, is it the dogs?
Oh my god.
Yeah, the 2 dogs. The
Ah,
zombies.
no way! God damn it!
I can see if I get extra when I give
Or
you the
would be
code
so
later.
disappointed.
Oh, dude, yeah, totally.
Ah,
Fuck you. Hey, whoa, Louis. If you do that
Yeah.
for me, I will, dude, man, fucking, I will love you forever. Fucking do that.
No, don't do it.
I thought you
No,
did
do it.
already.
It's a
Do
trap.
it. Do it.
I got you. I got to see if they have them because I'm not sure if I missed this weekend or it's last
Dude,
weekend.
if they have it, I'll cash app you the money. Just fucking do it.
Oh, you've got. He
I think
doesn't
they're
need
free.
the money. He's Louis Caliber.
Okay, then you can get it for me, and you can cash app me money. That's fair too.
I just want to let you know, Sen does not speak for me. I need your money still.
Oh, that
All right,
Louis.
I'll
Dodge
see if
one's
they have
down.
them still.
Yeah.
Okay, please. Hey, just
All
leave me a message on Discord if they do.
Okay.
Or no, hop back into the call because I want to know immediately.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, do
Thank
it
you.
live.
All right.
Oh, this some things are more important than the channel.
We're doing it live.
And that
All
was
right.
one of
The
them.
whole channel.
Not just the stream, the whole channel. I need this
Yeah.
Pokemon. I'll
Yeah.
take the whole channel if I get this Pokemon.
Well, guys. It's Shiny, Zacian, and Zamazenta.
Okay.
Yes, a bunch
Okay.
of
Whatever
gibberish
that
means
means.
nothing
They're
to me.
two
Yes.
dogs, and I love dogs,
Okay.
and they're shiny.
So I don't need
Speaking of
kids. I got
how's
Crow.
yours?
Steve, I've seen how you fucking play Pokemon. That's really cheap, dude. You did
What do you
224 Big
fucking
Dirty.
mean?
You did
No,
224 Big
wait.
Dirty.
How?
You fucking did this weird combination that's like, oh, poor guy. He never stood
You
a
mean
chance.
I used a basic strategy that's not even that complicated?
You hurt the guy so badly. Like I felt bad for him watching
I
that.
used flip turn and volt switch. Oh my god, that's so advanced. How
Yeah.
dare I?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm glad you acknowledged
I
it.
did it in both fucking fights too. That's the thing.
Oh, I thought Vic was better than that.
And then he didn't get the fucking weakness policy thing. I did it. Okay. I did the exact same thing in the first fight that I did in the second fight. Right? Like, dude, come on. Like, you could.
Maybe he was expecting you to switch it up. And then he's like, oh no, this is the same thing. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just picturing it as like rock, paper, scissors.
No, I kicked his ass in Pokemon.
Yeah, I thought
Read
Pokemon
Ricada's
was-
tweet.
You know, it's okay because.
Greatest tweet.
Hold on, let's talk about Pokemon for a second. So it's okay because what you see is in like 3 weeks, I think, the fucking Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is coming out.
I know.
Are you gonna get it?
I'll probably wait for a sale. I'm not in a rush to get it. That's my point.
I'm gonna get it.
I'll get the Arceus one.
Oh, dude, like that's the. I mean, I really want to play that one, but I'm gonna play the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Like the only reason why is if the game's the exact same, that's fine with me. It's terrible playing those fucking games because of how slow everything is.
I run
Right.
it on an emulator, so.
Well, I mean, like you can do that, but like then I'd rather just I like using the handheld consoles, so I'm just gonna do that with the Switch.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, it will be. But anyways, we can go back to talking about these tweets now. Okay, so that had said, Ricada, can I see the source? And then Ricada said, I don't have it offhand, but the reports indicate it was a dry run. Also, after setting up the shot, the director of photography would move away from the line of fire for the recording shot for obvious reasons. Yeah.
Well, look at Matt's response, to be fair to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that, but it's possible that they were trying to test the gunshot out to see how it looked on camera, which would have given Alec authorization to pull the trigger on what was deemed a cold gun.
See, this is okay. Hold on, let me stop that. See, him persisting with this, despite Rekida's explanation, is what leads me to believe this wasn't just about getting a source.
Fuck you, Vic. Fuck you. I gave you ample opportunity to prepare. I even gave you advice in the second fight as we were fighting.
That's really demeaning. Number one. Number two, it's like poor Vic.
He called me a pussy.
Poor Vic.
Fuck that guy.
Justice for Vic.
He like shows up. I was like, I was prepared. I prepared for that fight for months. And he just shows up and he's like, oh, I don't have the DLCs, and this is the team that I used to beat the game with. I'm like, wait, really? Like, I thought we were taking this seriously.
Oh, poor Vic.
Okay. No, I love you too, buddy. I like your video.
Crow, do you see where I'm coming from on this a little bit? Like,
well, no, I agree.
Okay, if somebody's coming from a source, I would just be like, well, I got the reply for it, but like to argue it next, it's like, I get that, but it's possible. Like that leads me to believe, no, you weren't just asking for a source. You wanted to argue it a little bit for some reason.
Well, like
I can see what you mean.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm reading it, and the thing is, if you're arguing that the woman who is shot, like the problem is if I don't like accusing people of victim blaming, okay? But here's the funny thing about that argument, Matt. You're blaming the person for standing in the direction where a gun is, right? That person is the victim because they were the one who was shot, meaning technically.
I'm not insinuating you have bad intentions. I'm assuming you have bad intentions and are in bad faith. The same way Nicholas Diorio is assuming that anybody that thinks that Alec Baldwin bad is doing this in bad faith.
Well, okay, we're having
look.
discussions
I don't think
so
Caitlyn Jenner meant to run over all those people in her car, but she still did it, right?
What?
Like, I mean, it's negligent of her. She ran over all those people, but it still happened.
Well, hold on. I don't like this. Hey, Matt, do you want to come on?
I already offered him.
No, I'm just asking because, like, if you two just want to like talk for like 2 quick fucking minutes, it's probably easier than going back and forth in the chats. Because I
dare those people stand in front of
that's not
Caitlyn
why.
Jenner's
Because
car.
I do have a legitimate question for Matt, though, right? Because when I say like technically it's victim blaming, look. If your argument is that she chose to stand in the direction and the line of fire of a gun, right? And the thing is, yeah, maybe she chose to do that, but then it's still on Alec Baldwin to tell her to fucking move, right? Like, you don't get it. It's still like Alec Baldwin should immediately drop the gun until she moves her ass. Like that is the responsibility of the person who's holding the firearm, right? Like that. And again, we're not talking about someone who's never used a gun on set before. Alec Baldwin has proper training. Like
he said, Crow. He says that he doesn't know how to use StreamYard. He's too much of a boomer.
You just click the link.
That's it.
Yeah, all you have to do is just click the link I send you and have your microphone, and you can have your camera ready if you want, but none of us really are using it.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm the only one who uses it, unless Crow comes on sometimes.
Yeah, I can just send you the link.
Who's confident enough.
Yeah, me and Redsky ain't confident at all.
It's the reason why I use StreamYard is because I'm a fucking boomer in spirit, and I have no clue how to use anything. And this is the easiest thing in the world. Like
it's good for if you have like bad internet too.
Yeah,
if you have bad internet, it runs through like their shit instead of your shit.
But again, like I'm not trying to be an asshole and say you're blaming the victim. It's kind of funny because technically you are saying that she chose to stand in the line of fire of the gun. But the problem is, even then, it's still on Alec to tell her to fucking move or to put his hand down until she does. Like, well, technically, he needs to put his hand down until she fucking moves and then tells her to fucking move. Like, she can't stand there, period. So, like, this is again another problem. we're talking about whether or not he's being negligent, right? If he's choosing to hold the gun up while she is standing there, even if she chooses to stand there, even if she says, Alec, look at me, buddy. Okay, pretend you're gonna shoot me. Like, he's the one holding the firearm. He can't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
again, it's like we're arguing negligence. We're not arguing anything else.
Yeah, no. Like, I don't think he intended to do it. And again, I don't think putting him in prison necessarily does anything, but there needs to be some sort of penalty paid. There needs to be an acknowledgement that that everybody there, especially Alec Baldwin and the armorer, were behaving completely improperly. But like, we can't do that because now it's turned into this fucking political thing. And I'm like, look, at the end of the day, somebody did die, mistakes were made, and we're so busy arguing whether or not Alec Baldwin deserves it. We're forgetting that we should probably do something about all the mistakes that were made. So like, nothing like this happens again. This is pretty basic shit. For me anyways, like, I just find some of the things going on here be like really absurd, and I feel like certain people might just be digging their heels into a position. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily because they're right. It's just like that was the first thing in their head, and now they're really fucking committed to it.
Well, I don't think, like we said before, I don't think he meant to do anything intentionally. I don't think he's going to see any time behind bars or anything. I don't think he's going to go to jail. He probably is going to get like a fine or something.
I mean, he's
probably going to get civilly sued.
He
is pretty liked, right, Crow? You did say that too.
Yeah, no, he's well liked. He's a political
also
activist. He was very active during the Trump years.
It doesn't make
he's
sense.
He's also an actor, so if it goes to trial by jury, he can convince them very easily because that's his occupation is to act. And
like, my point is, if you make it about politics, then politically speaking, it's not advantageous to charge him with a crime. Like, I mean, that's the only thing you can say. But beyond that, like, you just have to say, like, was there negligence here? Because clearly there's not intent. Right? So was he acting negligently? I think you can prove that. think you can prove to several instances in which he behaved negligently. Right? I think other people did too, but like that just means we need to discuss everybody involved. Not
like this.
Not pick to one person and go like they're the only person we're going to focus on, bro. Like they if someone gets like their head bashed in, it could have been two people holding a bat.
Yeah. The standards were already put in place. This isn't like on the set of The Crow where those standards weren't there yet. Like the reason they were put there is because something like this happened. So I don't think there's any reason for someone to get shot on a set, especially in 2021. So yeah, obviously it's negligent on someone's part. So it's somebody's responsibility. Is it partially Alex? Yeah, because he's the one who fucking was holding the gun. But it's probably other people's as well. And I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to him, but. Yeah, it's some of the responsibilities.
Honestly, probably nothing. Probably nothing.
Probably nothing. No. Oh, money. Financially, he's probably going to have to
financially, yeah. And look,
that, nothing else.
Well, for him, like again, at the end of the day, he did kill someone, and I'm sure that's going to weigh on his conscience at least to an extent. I don't think.
Absolutely.
I think Baldwin's a bad guy.
Consequence of his action.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad guy.
He went and apologized to the family directly. After it occurred.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think putting him in prison is doing anything. The reason why we put people into prison, there's supposed to be correctional facilities to make sure these things don't happen again. In this case, I don't feel like we need to worry about Alec Baldwin accidentally shooting somebody, right? Like, I would doubt he's ever going to want to hold a firearm again, to be clear. Mm-hmm. But also, I think if he was on film set and they were using firearms, this man would be like extra duper triple fucking sure that he's handling them and following all the fucking rules. But you know, also, I am of the mind that there is something wrong because when I gave that example where I was like, Vito and Tipster open up a horror house. Like. If this were like normal fucking people, right? Some idiot hands his friend a gun, right? Some idiot hands his friend a gun that he got from his fucking cousin, right? His cousin tells him the gun's not loaded. He tells the other guy the gun's not loaded. And then that guy goes to scare somebody and, aims it at him, pulls the trigger, and live bullets come out, like everybody that's involved in that is responsible. Okay? The guy who handed him the gun and the guy that took possession of the gun. Like, when I made the argument, that was like a fucking horror house, right? Where it's clearly not being used in any way that would be like deadly. They're using it as a prop, right?
Yeah. So the thing with that is somebody was saying that everything in on the set is technically called a prop. The problem that I have with that is that in the article or whatever we were reading, right? Mm-hmm. They say prop. The first thing you think of when you hear prop in your mind is something that isn't going to be able to hurt someone, or like, essentially maybe plastic or something. So my thought on that is that they're using the word prop as a way to like not make it seem like it was a deadly weapon at all. Therefore, it's like, oh, well, it's just the prop.
Okay,
it's clearly
yeah,
just
like
plastic. It wouldn't have hurt.
I feel like originally, because here's the thing, right now, if you check, there's a lot more articles talking about how this looks like involuntary manslaughter and how the DA might be pressing charges, right? Now, when this whole thing started, though, everybody was giving Alec Baldwin like the major benefit of the doubt, right? They called it a prop gun. They argued the prop gun misfired, right? Which, first off, again, it's not a prop gun. It's an actual gun. And second, a misfire means the gun didn't go off. In this case, the gun actually acted very properly. They thought the gun had blanks in it. That's not true either. They believed that somebody handed him a loaded gun and they had the gun cocked. And then when he took possession of the gun, he accidentally pulled the trigger. Like stupid shit like that was being stated about this when it went down, right? And I remember seeing a lot of just like really, really bizarre things being said on Twitter when it first happened.
You know what else? I think that a lot of people are like, the reason why they're so behind Alec Baldwin is because, like, in reality, this could have happened to like any of us. Uh-huh. So it's like, like if somebody handed you a gun, I'm sure like none of us, let's be realistic. It's like when somebody says, read these terms of service, right? And it's like walls and walls and walls of text. It's like, you're not going to actually read all that shit, even though you're going to, oh my God. You're gonna do your stream for fucking Pokemon, you fucking dumb. Every fucking time, Crow. This is why Aura doesn't come on anymore.
Bro, you can't show people it. You can't show people the code.
Oh, it's you have to scratch it.
Oh, seriously? Hold on.
See?
Nice.
Oh, dude, this is awesome.
This is why Aura doesn't come on anymore, by the way.
I'm sorry.
We're on the stream over like literally everything, Crow. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, like, here's the thing, right?
He has a Pokemon channel.
You have a Pokemon channel.
Okay,
no
look.
That's what Aura would be saying
The
right now.
Pokemon channel is best not talked about. Anyways, back to the story. And
then there's a layer, but to TLDR, there's a layer of relatability to it because it could have literally been anybody. Like, it could have been like Steve, right? Steve could have been like, oh, I trust this bitch or whatever, and then just shot the thing for whatever reason. If he decided not to look at the fucking rules, which a lot of us in the world don't fucking look at rules, let's be honest, even though
I break a lot of rules in the world too.
Because they seem like trivial rules to some people, right? It's like,
okay.
Using a ladder. I never use a ladder. I just climb shit, but they're like, don't climb the fucking things. They could fall over.
I mean, like,
don't climb the trucks. Like,
the problem is when it comes to a gun, it's like we can point to many examples, right? In which just because you think the gun isn't loaded doesn't mean you're not responsible for what you do with it, right?
No,
like, again, like put it like this, right? Matt, I don't want to be a dick, right? But I gotta be a dick to you, right? So Tommy and Matt are in the United States, right? And they're staying together in an Airbnb, right? They're making fucking pancakes, okay? And some assholes who hate Tommy find out where his Airbnb is at, right? So these two are just making their pancakes, having a great time, right? And these assholes are just coming on, knocking on the doorbell, like fucking around. And for some reason, Tommy decides he's gonna be fucking Boogie, and he's gonna send Matt out with a gun to scare the kids, right? And he gives Matt the gun, and he tells Matt, "Don't worry, it's not loaded. Go out there, point the gun at the kids, pull the trigger, scare them, get them off the fucking property, right? And Matt goes, anything for you, Tommy. Takes the fucking gun because he trusts Tommy. Why wouldn't he? And he goes out there to the kids, points the gun at the kids.
Oh God.
You know, why is it so bad that I can see this actually happening?
Oh my God.
Okay, so my point is the cops would not look at Matt when he explains that story and then say, well, this is a tragic accident. They would arrest him. I mean, they wouldn't, he wouldn't go to prison for like fucking first degree murder, but involuntary manslaughter is the thing.
Bro, Matt Pitt says that's a bit much. I gotta know where your moral compass is at, man, because you hang out with Tommy C, and his moral compass is all over the fucking place. Like, you're talking about a guy that's willingly telling people to kill themselves multiple times without any remorse among doing other shit. So where is your moral compass at, friend? I'd like to know.
Look, I will only say, as far as it being a bit much, look, I'm trying to be a little fucking funny. I understand it sounds like a ridiculous explanation, but at the end of the day, just because you don't know something is dangerous doesn't mean you're not responsible with how you use it, right? Like, it is just negligence, right? You don't need to want to murder somebody. You don't need the other people can be involved, right? But at the end of the day, you are responsible when you hold the firearm. You have to treat it like it's loaded. That's all it is.
It's
right?
a firearm. It's not like, how could I have known that this weapon is deadly? Yeah, like it's a weapon. That's why.
Well, I think the problem is a lot of people talking about this don't seem to really understand, very basic things about gun safety. They've never been through any type of firearm training. And because of that, when they're hearing this story, they're just looking at it from like a morality perspective, right? Well, Alec Baldwin's just an actor. He's just using the gun the way he's being told to use it. And somebody died. That's not his fault, right? But you're ignoring.
Real quick,
so
I have a
many
question about
things.
this, Robas. That's not off topic at all. Okay, let's just say like a scene like John Wick, like the club scene. What if in that gun there are like blanks and the fourth bullet is a real bullet, right? Is he, after every shot, supposed to check each bullet before he takes the next shot?
No, you're supposed to check all of them, right? Before.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? A bullet and a blank do not look the same. So well, the problem is though, if you're talking about like loading a bullet and then a blank in together, you would notice that the blank and the bullet don't look the same.
Yeah, and also like you're not supposed to have live ammunition on, maybe so like what you said before.
That's the other thing, right? Like they're not, you're never supposed to have live ammunition on a movie set, and this is something that I mean, you can blame the armorer, but everybody on set must have known this was going on. They were using the weapons for target practice with live ammo. When the police investigated, they found bullet casings all over the place, right? That is completely like that. There's no excuse for it. Like, you cannot be doing that, right? So I think
method acting.
Well, that's why I think that maybe that's another reason why they're still like considering pressing charges, because it sounds like everything being done on that set was improper. Right? Like everything. And it makes sense. Again, you're hiring people for dirt cheap. You're not getting people who are qualified at all, right? They're working long hours. They're tired. They're frustrated. And they're pissed at you.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense that shit like this was going down. But like, if you're in charge, you need to be putting a fucking lid on it. You need to be fucking taking control of the situation, and they didn't.
Well, yeah, that's another thing people don't want to take into account, right? Baldwin was in charge of the whole damn thing.
Well, I mean,
is that motivation to set him up?
Wasn't this his whole fucking? This was his whole.
To my understanding,
right?
like he is a producer on the film, not an executive producer, but a producer.
There
are other producers and everything, but this was his project, right? Like, this was his film. Like, he's the star of the film. This was something he wanted out there. This was his baby, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I mean,
but like, I'm just saying, they knew that the crew had walked off set, right? They knew the crew had walked off set that day, and it was over. It was over lack of pay, the long hours, the hour-and-a-half commute, and the fact that somebody had discharged a firearm on set, and that there were issues with their gun safety.
That has all been proven. Like those are the reasons. And okay,
yes, because they interviewed the crew members, right? And this was stated by the director as well, or I think it was the director or the assistant director, the Sousa guy. The bullet that shot the girl went through her and hit him in the shoulder. Yeah. So it's not a case where I think that, you know, fucking Alec Baldwin is this cold-blooded murder or anything like that. But again,
nobody should think that way. Honestly.
No. But you know, again, negligence is the thing, and like you can point to some pretty clear-cut examples of being negligent. Oh my God, Baldwin owns the production company. Okay, never mind. Hey, Sen, yeah, he's totally in fucking charge of everything. Jesus Christ.
I get where you're coming from with the negligence and stuff like that. It's like you go and you talk, like someone gets you into a room to talk to some girl that you didn't know was underage, and you keep going on with it or something like that, right? Without like double checking their age and stuff. It's along those lines, like it's your responsibility to make sure, right?
Verify age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be negligent to not verify age, I'd say.
Just making sure.
What if someone was trying to set up Baldwin? Maybe like they're like, I'm so sick of these
a
conditions
setup would be that'd be completely. That'd be different. I don't even know if that possibility has to even come in.
Hold on, guys.
Well, it happened already to the stunt double, right?
Like that.
Crafting. The thing is, the crew has to actually sit down with the armorer, right? And they are shown the weapons they'll be using, and they're shown the blanks. Okay, a blank and a bullet casing. Well, they can look similar. They do not look the same. They don't look the fucking same, and they're not supposed to be bringing live ammunition onto the set, anyways. And Alec Baldwin, like here's the thing. In this case here, right, where you can argue that, well, the armor didn't do the proper thing. He didn't see the bullet. Like, he's worked on other sets. He's seen blanks. He's seen bullets before. Again, I'm not even going to argue that, because someone's already said that somebody else told them that they checked the gun and then gave it to him, right? So, like, I'm not even going to argue that with people. At the end of the day, you do not point a fucking gun at another human being. Like, how fucking hard is this? I don't get it. You don't point a fucking gun at another human being.
If I can make a defense for Alec Baldwin, let's just say he was like going over the scene, like kind of like he's like, all right, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go like this and go bam, like shoot like at this person, and then maybe a discharge. Like, did he pull the trigger? Like maybe it could have discharged. Like maybe the person said cold, like gave it to him, and he's all right. Like, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go like bam, shoot this guy, and then I'm gonna boom. And then he went off, and he's like, oh shit, what the fuck just happened? Like she fell, the director got hurt.
Yeah.
Fucking
Louis.
Louis. Fucking like, Louis, man. The fucking defense. That fucking defense right there, man. Crow, can you knock it down?
What? No, I wasn't paying attention. What did he say?
Louis Caliber needs to be a defense attorney.
Well, it's all conditional, right? That's why I want to read like the actual update. I want to see like the actual stuff, not just what the sites are reporting on. So if we get that, that'd be dope. Because then apparently it says exactly what he was doing. Because some fucking places are like, we don't know if he pulled the trigger. Some places are like, he did pull the trigger. Some places are like,
unanimously, they say that he did. But like, there are also like for example, today there was a report that apparently he didn't or something. That's what Curl told me.
Yeah, see, I've seen reports that say that he didn't, and that they don't know.
That's not.
So that's why I wanted to see the actual thing.
Annoying.
Well,
you can't trust media, you can't trust the outlets.
Yeah.
No, like I've already said it. At first, when people were reporting this story, they were like spreading massive amounts of misinformation on what was actually happening. And to this day, they continue to do it by telling people that it was a prop gun. So like, again.
Depends how you define prop gun. Like,
well, no,
they were real firearms.
A prop gun, it like has an actual definition, and it's a gun that is incapable of firing live ammunition.
Okay, well, that's the definition. I just mean, like, if they were using actual guns as props, then you could, like, loosely define it as a prop gun, right?
you can, but the problem is, like, I mean, they were actual guns. They were meant
Yeah,
to
no, they
fire
were, yeah.
actual rounds.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is,
That's
when you say
why they're
prop
worse.
guns, people think that they're not meant to actually fire live rounds, and that it must have been a freak accident. And that, again, that's what happened in the case of Brandon Lee, right? Who died on the film set of The Crow. No relation.
Your favorite movie.
He died because of an actual freak accident. They were using these dummy rounds that were meant to, like, cause some smoke or something. It was like an actual prop, okay? And it was loaded into the gun. The problem was, because they were improperly made, a piece of the dummy round got lodged into the cartridge. And so when they loaded the blanks and they fired the blanks, it caused that little piece to go firing out, and it struck Brandon, and he died from it.
Yeah, so even though it looked like everything was clear, you couldn't see that the little bit of debris was in the chamber. So, like, you got kind of fucked. He died. Just didn't get a little fucked
I mean,
up.
like, it's a unique thing. Okay, it's a freak accident, though, right? There was
something that had never happened before.
Right? But here's, like, people try to compare it to this, and I'm like, but how? Like, in that one, they are using blanks, right? They are using the ammunition they're supposed to be. It's all, like, fine. But in this case, these motherfuckers were bringing live ammunition onto the set. But, like, the thing that I think would be really bad for Baldwin is if he argues, and let's assume he was charged, right? If he argued that he did not act differently after the first shooting happened, well, at this point, that people are bringing live ammunition onto the set because clearly they are, right? I mean, they're going to look at him and go, like, well, what about all of these bullet casings all over the place? Like, how do you explain that is going to be the problem. Right? Like, how do you explain to people that there is all this live ammunition anywhere, and you, who has proper firearm training and knows that a mistake had already occurred, why did you not check the fucking gun yourself? Why did you point it at someone? Why didn't you treat it like it was loaded, especially when somebody had been given a loaded gun earlier?
Yeah.
Like, these are all problems for Baldwin, but again, this is not me.
Like, it really is a good point, though, because if that, like, has that information made the rounds that, like, at all, like, because that is something to consider. Like, why, if this has already happened, why wouldn't he be more careful? Like,
I mean, like, I know that Matt asked me about it, like, and this was, like, I want to say last week. I forget, like, but I provided Matt a link to an LA Times article that spoke about it. I don't know, like, I don't have an article on offhand, but I know that I did give him a link to one. So that's old news, though. That's actually a story that came out pretty, like, that story was pretty fresh because when the shooting happened, the media interviewed the crew members and they told them about the first shooting.
So I sent you something, like, it does seem that, like, the shells would look the same as blanks as live bullets. The private jet.
Yeah, but you see what the difference is, right?
I see. I'm saying, like, after it's fired, right? Like, all the shells would look the same.
Well, yeah, okay. After it's fired on the ground, sure. But
yeah, because that's what he said. So when they came there and saw all the shells on the ground, they said it was live shells.
Hold on. Let me show you this. This is what I mean by if you looked at them, they're pretty. Okay.
Nice.
Right, but the projectile wouldn't be on the casings once they're shot. So on the ground, like the blanks and the lives, the shellings would look the same, would they not?
Well, okay, but we're talking about when they're actually in the gun.
Oh, I thought they were talking about they went on scene and they seen a whole bunch of shells on the ground. It's like, well, the shells
people are
look like
arguing that the bullets and the blanks look the same, and I'm saying that no, they don't. Like exactly, right? Because you can see where it's missing the thing that actually shoots.
But the casing, the shells on the ground would look the same. You wouldn't be able to tell a live shell from a blank shell on the ground after it's been shot.
I think that casings for blanks are marked differently, though. Like if they're just on the ground and they're not marked at all, but I think that the blanks are marked.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know they marked him. That would make sense though.
Yeah, but as far as like this goes, look, anybody who's ever seen a firearm and has seen ammunition knows the difference between a blank and a live, right? Like this is all things that Alec Baldwin must have known. On this set, even if they didn't teach him this, it's stuff that he must have known from other films he's worked on, right? Because on other films, they handle firearms properly. This set was not doing it. So it's up to everybody else to do their part. And it seems like everybody fucking failed. But like, I don't see how you can argue that like this is a mistake. Like these look similar. Like, I mean, dude, the top part is the fucking bullet. Like this is the thing that actually fires. Like everything else is just like the casing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of the people that are arguing about this really don't have any experience in handling a firearm. They've never been through any sort of training. And there are plenty of people that are arguing this specifically because it's become political and not because of any sort of factual understanding of what happened. As I don't have anything more to add to it, though.
I think we'd right about covered everything.
Yeah.
Holy shit,
We're not going to watch
for
any
longer
3 a.m.
than I
videos.
thought.
Yeah, we are. We're going to watch one right now.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get some J Station to lighten the mood. Who thought that would actually ever happen?
You're so right.
Okay, so we have gone wrong, breaking all the rules of the Bloody Mary challenge at 3 a.m. She came to my house. Burning my haunted Chucky doll at 3 a.m. challenge gone wrong.
Jesus Christ.
Breaking all the rules of the Candyman challenge at 3 a.m. Candyman also came to his house, gone wrong.
What is this? What channels are these? Just random channels?
This is kids
J
content?
Station?
These are all J Station videos.
Oh my god.
Oh, dope. Okay, let's do it. Any J Station.
We've already watched We Kissed opening the gay potion, so can't do that again.
The furry one was the worst of them, I think.
What about entering the cartoon dimension with
Oh,
J Station?
I don't know. That sounds pretty interesting.
What was the other ones?
Okay, so
it doesn't matter. Anyone.
The first one is we're just gonna watch the first one. Fuck it.
All right.
Okay, all right. Let's share screen. Let's do this, everybody. It's J Station.
The dead girlfriend one. That one was the best one.
I think J Station. Like the platform went downhill when J Station was removed.
Oh, 100%.
100%. He was basically holding up him and Keemstar. Without Keemstar, there's no more YouTube. This is basically over. It was J Station and Keemstar all along.
Well, Keemstar will still be for Mom's Basement.
The other one went off. Oh my god, guys, it's fucking blood. Oh my god, they're only doing this like, holy fuck! What's popping, guys? So as you guys,
Wait.
Who's this motherfucker?
Yeah, who is this guy?
That's not J Station.
Got a friend.
You know what? Maybe it's not a J Station video.
Maybe they're just saying
Anyway,
they're
that
J Station.
sounded like J Station. You know what? Fuck it. We're watching this video. He's got a toilet that's bleeding like it's on its period. So
Yeah, no, I was
J-Station
going to say it looks like a
outsourced
period
this
toilet.
channel.
yeah, maybe.
Jesus.
I saw in the previous video, Jay actually got trapped in Channel Infinity, and he was told that he needed 40,000 likes for him to be released.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
He's like, I'm not even coming on camera until I get the likes.
Guys, I can't go back on camera until you give me 40,000 likes.
Jesus
Which
Christ.
don't even mean anything these days. What the fuck? Why do you even care
damn it.
about likes?
I don't know,
Oh my
man.
goodness.
Such loyalty to his
Yep.
fan base.
Oh, dude, I like you know that those fucking kids were like, we gotta save J Station. Mommy, get on your YouTube account and like the video. And make sure you're subscribed. And notifications.
That's actually true. Yeah, that's a good way to get your brand out there. He's got all these. You have to subscribe. And you have to like this video, or else it's not going to come out of Channel Infinity, and I'm never going to get to see J Station again.
God damn.
Imagine
Dude, what-
wanting to see J Station.
I mean, dude, kids are dumb.
That's true.
do buying a slave from the dark. Oh no! Oh my god,
Dude, that was wait. Is that the furry one or is that?
I think the furry one's different.
Was the slave black?
Wait, now I kind of. Oh, what the fuck? Now, oh god damn it, Pescator. Now I'm intrigued. What the fuck?
Oh god. Okay, we're watching this. It's way funnier.
Yeah, what even was that?
Oh my god. Whoa! Guys, let me see it! Dude, don't get off! Guys, I ordered everything possible from the...
He bought us... Everybody... a white man in the United States has just uploaded a video to YouTube saying that he bought a slave.
He's from Canada. What are you talking about? That's Toronto behind him.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Wait. Oh my god, that makes it worse. Canadians are supposed to be friendly.
He's my home dog. I could go like drive an hour and see James Station.
But he's betraying the Canadian way.
Is he?
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't like him pretending to break into people's houses. He's been arrested a few times. I don't think the Canadian government likes him.
Yeah, Canada doesn't like him. He's not very Canadian.
God.
No. That's why I like him.
Well,
okay, well, I will say this. J Station is funnier than Deaf Noodles.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
You think?
I'm gonna die on that hill.
I think so too. Wait,
J Station could start Terrence and Phillip.
I'm just gonna hit play.
Mm-hmm.
Dark web, guys. We ordered a child from the dark web. Even my girlfriend came from the dark web, guys. But during all of these dark web videos,
Even my girlfriend
from the dark web. What the fuck?
I got a kid from the dark web. I got my girlfriend from the dark web. Now we need a slave. I'll have a whole family. Dark web family.
Wait. He's gonna fuck his slave and make a kid?
He bought a kid.
Oh, he already bought a kid.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's on track. What have you guys done with your lives?
I don't think I bought anything from the dark web.
Have you bought? Has anyone here bought a slave?
I was thinking about selling stuff on the dark web, but not shipping anything. So I'll be like, yeah, I'll sell you guns, and then like just take their money, and then tell the police, be like, this guy tried to buy guns from me.
Wait, so
that'd be a good idea.
Wait, Steve,
no, that wouldn't be a good idea, Steve. Disavow, hard disavow.
3 Bitcoins for like a crazy gun.
I'm gonna hit play.
I've noticed that there's actually been slaves for sale on the dark web, guys. Actual slaves that people can buy to do everything for them, guys. Obviously, I do not support slavery at all, guys. So tonight we are going to buy one of these slaves and set him free, guys.
In the streets of Toronto. I feel so safe.
Dude, he's learning from the American ancestors.
Never mind, J Station's being a good guy. He should have said, we freed a slave off the dark web.
Yeah, no, make it positive.
Yeah, but then you won't get the clicks.
Yeah, I was outraged for a second there, but this man is a hero. He freed
Dude,
a
this
slave.
makes YouTube look even worse for kicking him off the platform.
He's a modern day Canadian savior, right? Because
how many slaves have you freed? You know, like
yeah, YouTube.
Hashtag do
how many slaves has YouTube freed? None. How many slaves has J Station freed? At least one. At least one. He's. You know what? If anyone deserves to call themselves a social justice warrior, it is J Station.
J Station.
Bro, he fought for his beliefs and they banned him for it. It's fucking hero if I've ever seen one.
He had a dream.
Smash the like button right now. Let's hit 40,000 likes. This is gonna be crazy, guys. Normally they take slaves and do horrible things to them, guys.
Yeah, J Station, tell us about what they do to the slaves.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
I mean, the bad slaves. If the slaves do what they're told, like I can't see them doing. Yeah, if the slaves don't do what they're told, they do bad things to them. You know,
oh my god, dude, Steve!
The good slaves, they leave nice lives.
The slaves don't get the pick and the cotton; they get the whip. What the fuck were you gonna say there, dude?
Yeah, basically.
You want to call in? Okay, fine. We'll send you the link.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Hold on. Let me
This is gonna be good.
I mean, I hope so.
Oh no, I have a very good feeling.
All right, check Twitter, buddy.
Like, why would you want to
That's why
abuse your
tonight
slave?
we are saving one of their lives, guys. This is not cheap. They all go for $10,000 each. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button right now. We got more bangers coming.
So J Station bought a human being for $10,000.
Well, he
pretty
did
good
also
deal.
buy a wife and a girlfriend and a kid.
How much was the girlfriend?
I don't know. Well, here, okay, I have an economic question.
Well, I have an economic question too, because I want to know how it competes with mail order brides from Russia.
Oh, well, no, I was gonna say, like, what if one slave does more work than the other, but they cost the same? Like,
One gets beaten until they're both doing the same amount of work.
God.
Yeah, dude. Redsky, you act like you've never owned a human being before.
Yeah, or multiple human beings. Come on. Give it
Oh,
the times.
Steve, what are you suggesting?
I think we're suggesting that you might not be
Look.
welcome within our circles anymore, Redsky.
You're not going to
Look, I
own
can
some slaves.
Guys, I can barely fucking afford tuition. Do you really think I have time to set aside money for a fucking person on the
Well,
internet?
actually, Redsky, here's the thing.
You got Consuelo over there.
No, Steve, hold on.
Hey, no,
hold on.
she's for hire though. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
Redsky, hold on, I'm muting you for a second. I have an exciting offer for you. You see, there are times where some people fall upon, hardships, and they can't really afford all the debt that they've taken on. Your life is basically over, right? I mean, you can't afford anything. You're not going to get educated in anything useful, but you can help your family out by selling yourself into slavery.
What the fuck?
It's quite simple. As you can see, the going rate for slavery is $10,000.
Oh, God.
But there are some management fees involved, so you will be given a total of $8,000, which we'll be putting in a checking account of our choosing to collect interest for you. And after the course of, let's say, 30 years, you will be released back into society as a free human being. But
If
for 30
J-Station
years,
decides to buy you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, the slave master, I think, has the ultimate decision, right?
well, look, I especially don't think about these things. So what do you say?
We're
$8,000.
stepping into some very dangerous territory.
What do we say?
It's
$8,000. What do you
Dude,
say?
this is like corporate citizen.
Okay,
level shit right
$8,500.
now.
$8,500. How you that? $8,500. Sounds that good?
Yeah,
Yes. Okay, cool. Redsky sells himself to the Crows of Judgment channel for a whopping total of $8,500.
Fucking AIDS.
Thank you
Would you
very
do a
much,
green
sir.
card marriage for 15 grand?
What?
I'm just curious if you would do that.
When
That was
I
offered
do
to
it,
you.
I've been offered to do green card marriages before, but not for that much.
Not that much. Yeah. See, I thought that was
and I
low.
see-
15
I see
grand is
people
low.
in chat talking about Consuela. She's not my slave because she refuses for me to pay her less.
I'm
She
gonna
always
hit play.
extorts money out of me.
I'm hitting play. Anytime you talk about Consuelo, I hit play.
That's wise.
All Munchie Nation bangers only. But these slaves are from the dark web, guys, so we do not know if this is safe. So I got my boy Almond Mo TV with me. What's poppin', bro?
What's good, J Nation? This is gonna be insane.
I love this guy. That's my favorite guy.
Dude, this guy's awesome.
Dude, he was so energized that the camera just slapped him. Slapped him
I
so
mean,
hard
dude,
that
no,
it
he's
had
the
that
best
special
part of
effect.
J Station's entire shtick is just this guy.
I'm
Fuck,
glad
man, look
he's a
at him, he's
reoccurring character.
Dude, he's the nicest motherfucker.
Yeah. Look at those eyebrows. Look at this, his whole facial expression. I love it.
Honestly, I do not support slavery at all. And whoever doing
Why do you both need to say it?
Because they're buying a slave, dog.
I don't know if you say something more
The
than
very
three times,
okay, just
I'm gonna believe the opposite.
just remember, guys, we must say that we do not support slavery at all before we go buy this slave.
Yeah, before we give the slave master, whoever's selling this shit, 10 grand, we got to preface by, we don't support this. We're just giving the slave master 10 grand. That's all we're doing. We're going to set the slave free.
Like, so they say that they're not for slavery and they're buying the slave to set it free, but they're still giving money to the slave trade.
Yeah, so they can buy more slaves. So it's like
It's a positive reinforcement.
Circle of life.
This
I
is
don't know.
really bad.
Yes.
They should be put up in jail, guys. That's why me and Jay are gonna save one of their lives. And also, if this video gets 40,000 likes, me and Jay are gonna save more slaves off of the dark web.
No, you're gonna
Subscribe to
buy
my
more
boy
slaves.
Almond
Wait.
Mo's
How
channel,
many
guys.
likes did
Link's
this
gonna
video end
be
up
in the
getting?
description. He's putting out bangers all the time, guys. Go show him some love, guys. But we already got the dark web website pulled up right now where you can buy real life slaves. We're gonna choose one right now and save his life, guys. Let's get it.
Dark web slave.
Wait, Crow, how many likes did this video get?
I don't.
I think it's
fucking know.
taken down now, right?
Oh,
So,
because he said
like,
if
this
it
is a
got to
re-upload?
40,000.
This is a re-upload.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I doubt it got 40,000 likes. So rip.
Oh, okay.
You should have said he scammed the slave owner, because none of this actually happened, obviously.
Yeah.
So why not just say you scammed
Slavery
him?
palace.
Oh, did he
no.
did he make up this fucking website for this
He
shit?
probably, dude. He probably
I mean,
did.
you could probably find this, to be honest, but it would be
well,
easier for him
let's-
just to do
let-
that. Yeah.
Let's see. Taken directly from Zimbabwe at birth,
Oh,
the
God.
slave is very well treated.
Keep reading.
Will work for days on end without stopping. This slave was taken from Vietnam at age 13. He has little to no memory of his previous life or family. Work in extreme heat and low temperatures without problems. Please note, due to frequent complaining, we have sewed slave number 522's mouth shut. This slave cannot talk.
Wait,
Oh god, he had to have made this shit up. This is hilarious.
Dude, he probably did.
Slave number 397. These slaves are brother and sister taken from their parents at birth. They normally come as a package deal, but the female has been taken to the torture room due to multiple escape attempts. Slave 397 can still be
God.
purchased right now as a single slave. His sister will be back from the torture room in approximately 1 month.
They're raping. You get a 2 for 1, but first we got to rape her.
Jesus.
Oh, this is funny.
This is so fucking weird.
Oh, I just noticed that they're in the top right corner there. Like they're on the deep web together, friends.
Right, they're buddies.
I didn't
looking,
even
looking for
notice that.
slaves, just hanging out,
That's
chilling.
that's what we do. Like a BS pescator, just chilling on the deep web
That's what
together,
you
buying
do.
slaves. Yeah.
Well, let's keep going.
Here, slave number 476, slave number 397, and slave number 522.
Why don't they have names? Why are they numbering them? Is that how
That's
many
not
slaves they
names.
have?
I love how the
they
ones
only
on the
said
end have cowboy
522.
hats.
Is that what you mean? Why are these the only ones?
What?
The first one right here says slave.
Why does he think numbers are names?
I can't believe they actually monetized shit like this back then.
I love
This
I
it.
can't
This
believe they
is good.
monetized it for kids.
I know. He was-
YouTube was a very different place where you could monetize the video of you buying slaves.
Dude, imagine you're a kid watching this and you go to your mom and you're like, Mom, I want a slave from the dark web.
Oh
too.
my
The police
God.
station got one.
Oh my god, can you imagine a black kid going to his parents and asking to buy a
Holy
slave?
shit. Holy shit.
Oh dude, this would be fucking great.
God
Okay.
damn it.
You know what? In retrospect, I think I can understand why Jay Station is banned.
Yeah, they nuked his channel.
7-6. You want to read the description for us?
It says taken directly from Zimbabwe at birth. This slave is very well trained at manual labor and will not resist your commands. Requires little to no food or sleep. Will work for days on end without sleeping.
Are you serious? You're torturing these people.
What the friggin' what's with that face mask, guys? He's only got one little hole he can see out of.
Oh my god, they're doing a lot to these people. They're not giving them food, sleep, or anything.
Damn, that OVO shirt's holding on for dear life.
Toronto.
Wait, hold on.
represents-
Quick question, everybody. Who's bigger? Jay Station's little goblin or fucking Diorio?
Diorio.
Probably Diorio.
So
Yeah,
if Diorio was wearing
but-
that same shirt, it would just be like ripped into pieces.
I don't know if they make 3X in OVO. That's probably like a 2X that he's wearing. He's all synced up like he's got a bra on.
I think he just looks extra big because Jay Station's really skinny.
Could be.
He's definitely husky, but I think he just looks extra big.
That dude next to Jay looks like he's made of wax and has a glass eye. Oh, dude, no.
Guys, where's my glass eye?
Guys, apparently this one got captured from Zimbabwe.
Look at this one. It says slave 522. It says the slave was taken from Vietnam at age 13. It also says he has little to no memory of his previous life or family. Will work in extreme heat and low temperature without problems. And it also says, please no, due to frequent complaining, we have sewed slave 522 mouth shut. This slave cannot talk with the
That's a take.
You can actually see where they're clipping it.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Because he's fucking up the read, you know. He's like, because the mouth no, hold on. Because the mouth cut it again.
His mouth's sewn shut.
Oh my god, dude!
I don't know which is worse, the furry one or this.
This one's great. This one's great. I wish Jay Station was still on the platform doing quality content.
Dude,
like
we need to
buying
bring Jay
slaves.
Station back. Holy shit.
Oh, dude, no.
He was always good for a couple of days worth of drama content, just to sit there and talk shit on him. He's one of the guys that didn't give a fuck, but YouTube don't put up with it no more.
No, he gave a fuck. He would do anything that would make him a quick buck.
Oh yeah.
No, but he didn't get pissy if like you were clowning on him because he realized.
No, you just wanted money.
He's self-aware. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's just for money.
He went too far with the girlfriend thing, but that's what
Yeah.
that's what did
Yeah,
him
that
down
was
in the
weird.
end was the girl. Like the pussy did him down. Let that be a lesson.
Yeah. No, for real though.
Women ruin everything.
God damn it.
What? Wait. Why can't I say that? I can point to many famous examples.
Yeah.
Heard.
What about Amber Heard?
Amber Heard.
What about it?
Bill Clinton used to be a decent guy. I guess he's kind of also a really big fucking
Oh
freak
god.
too.
Well,
But
yeah.
but his wife, Hillary Clinton. Oh, that's
Hillary.
definitely ruined. Yoko Ono, right?
Jisoo.
People forget that. Jisoo. Yep.
Jisoo's a girl?
Jisoo is a girl.
what?
Let's see who else.
I thought Jisoo was a guy.
Yeah, Jisoo's the guy. You got it, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
That means they sewed his mouth shut so he can't even eat or like talk.
Yeah, how does he eat, guys? I definitely don't want a slave that can't talk.
I think we should.
What do you mean? You're supposed to set him free. What do you mean? Honestly, you can't talk. This motherfucker was gonna keep him.
Oh my god.
I don't want a slave
Why
that
is
can't
he
talk.
Better
free?
and better.
But I don't want one that can't talk.
Yeah, what would be the point of that?
Oh my god, dude. That was great. That was fucking great.
should honestly go with slave 397.
Well, wait, we haven't even read the description. Slave 397 says, these slaves are brother and sister taken from their parents at birth. They normally come as a package deal, but the female has been taken to the torture room due to multiple escape attempts. Slave number 397 can still be purchased right now as a single slave. His sister will be back from the torture room in approximately 1 month.
Oh my god. So like they took his sister and there's only one left?
Yeah, maybe that's why they have an X crossed over there.
I have an idea.
What?
We should pick him because if we get him, we'll save him and save his sister eventually.
Yeah, guys, maybe if we...
Okay.
So
I don't know why they just didn't take another picture instead of putting an X through.
Yeah, why is there an
It's
X
literally
in that
like-
one? Did something happen?
It looks like she's like holding the X too. Is that painted on, or is that like they're like
I mean,
stand
they
next
could've
to you're gonna
easily
put a
gone
fucking
over that
cardboard
and
X in
painted
front of you?
Yeah, he just made up this HTML and just
That's probably
X'd
what
it out. This is the dumbest thing ever, too. It's like you get a 2-for-1, but you can't have the second one.
buy this slave, we can save his sister.
For $10,000, we're saved 2, not 1.
Okay, we're gonna order this one right now, guys. Slave number 397. And then we're gonna keep an eye out on this website. And in 1 month or around there, whenever his sister is available, we're gonna save her too. So should we just order this one right now?
I think we should purchase them.
All right, guys, we're gonna order this right now, and then we'll pick up the camera whenever Slave 397 is on his way to our house.
3 hours later.
That's how quick it is.
Amazon slaves.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, Amazon ain't even that.
Deep
fucking
Web
bad.
Prime. Fucking
Jesus
3 hours
Christ.
later.
3 hours fucking later. Gee. Why did I just say 3 days later?
You can't even get hookers to show up there.
Well, do you think Jay Stacy's ever tried?
Yeah.
Okay,
He does seem the profile.
Yeah, you just imagine he's on the phone and go like, so yeah, no, I'm ready right now. When he be over, it's like, honey, I don't know, it might take me a few hours. And go like, bitch, I can get a slave here in 3 hours. God damn, dude. Oh, these are great.
All right, guys, so he's about to show up in about 10 minutes, guys. Like I said, we're going to set him free from the dark web, guys. It is so messed up how they just capture people and sell them online, guys. That's like human trafficking or something, guys. This is crazy.
No, it really is.
Guys, slavery is really bad, guys. Can you believe that people are buying other people, guys? Oh, that's so wrong, guys.
That's like human trafficking, bro. Whoa.
Jesus.
I just want everyone to take a moment and notice the J Station decor of having an AK-47 dipped in gold as a lamp behind
Holy
him.
shit, I didn't even notice that.
Oh, that's sick.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You got to give it to him.
People cannot be on the dark web, guys. It is so wrong. But like the dark web said, this guy was captured from a very young age. This is all he knows, guys. I don't even know if he can be normal again after all that he's been through. He's literally been sold to people on the dark web his entire life, and his sister was even beaten for disobeying and trying to escape, guys. Just in case something goes wrong, we've set up surveillance cameras in all the rooms.
Jesus.
He's here. Oh my god, Jay, he's here. He's here.
Oh my god, guys, this is crazy. I don't know if I'm ready for
They
this.
just let him go to the apartment himself. They're just like, okay, here you go, go there.
That's a really nice apartment. The slaves get buzzed up.
Well, you know, I'm sitting there going like, with the slave catchers, like just let the slave
Right?
go.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like they would
It's 2136. Go on, just hit the elevator and take a left.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
Wants to hurt us. You think that's him?
Check. Is that him?
Oh my god,
Is
he's
it?
wearing a freaking mask, dude.
What do you mean a mask?
Look at this. What the frick, guys? Look at this. He's wearing a freaking mask out
They
there.
can't show
What
it.
the frick? Oh, don't. What the frick, guys? Jeez. He's there.
That's more
Hello?
like a serial killer than a slave.
What the frick, guys? Dude, he's not even wearing the shoe, guys.
Only found one.
What do you mean you only found one? What are you doing?
What does he have in his hand?
What are you doing with the lint
The
roller?
lint roller.
Oh, the lint roller.
It's a lint roller.
Because he's a butler.
Oh god.
He can't wait to get it clean? Oh my god. Are you okay? Do you need any water or anything?
So, Jay, I think you're supposed to tell him
Interesting
he's
direction.
free now.
Yeah.
He's in shock, you know. He can't believe his
traumatized
eyes.
by what he's seen.
It's just like the picture he saw.
Look,
so
I'm
I don't
just
know why
saying.
he's that shocked.
I know this is all like a gag and everything, but it really seems to be like Jay really did want to order a slave.
Well, it's an interesting choice the way he took this video. It's fun.
Why is he walking like that?
No, he looks like he's hurt or something.
What is he doing? Jay, he's getting close to you.
Oh,
What is he doing?
oh! Guys, what the hell?
Why is he? What is that? Is that a lint roller?
He's cleaning me, guys.
What the frick? Oh my god, guys! He's cleaning me! He's like delinting my clothes!
Oh, dude, what is wrong?
Oh my god!
Dude, is this his new fetish?
Money's worth. Okay, that's enough. I think he's okay. That's enough. Oh my god, guys. This is freaking insane. He's cleaning!
Arms.
Oh my god, Ahmed. This is insane.
He's cleaning his
so
tits.
like sexual.
This looks so
Look at
wrong.
his face. Look at his face.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this looks so
First
fucking wrong.
Station getting down on all fours, sniffing a furry's ass, and now it's a fucking bagged person. Sexually.
You know what makes me laugh of all this though? It's he says he wants to save like one slave and possibly his sister. And like let's just say this was real. Instead of like calling like the FBI or reporting this website or anything and stuff, he feels he's the one to do it one by one.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then also, I'm going to set them free. They're going to be foreign citizens in a country illegally. They're not going to be able to get any jobs. They're not going to be able to get ID. I'm just going to let them be homeless in fucking streets of Toronto. That's a
I
great
don't even
life.
know how to speak English.
Guys, you're a homeless person now. Bye.
Then the next video, the follow-up video, guys, I found the slave that I released and he's homeless now, guys. You got to see this.
And then they're gonna die. Then he's gonna use the Ouija board to talk to them.
Summoning
It's a whole art.
slave friend.
Oh, dude. No.
God damn it.
Kidney! A kidney! Whoa! Why is he talking about your organs? My kidney? Okay, I'm clean. Thank you. Put that thing down. Put it down. I'm good.
Fucking lid roller.
I don't know. You want to just have a seat for a second? You don't have to clean right now.
Oh, they sent the slave.
Okay, you can start cleaning. We're just gonna go and talk for 1 second. We'll be right back.
What happened to
This is freaking insane, dude. This is freaking insane, dude. Why is he acting like that? What is this flip around his like? I don't know, man. Is it real? I don't know.
Is it real?
Oh wait.
Nah.
Wait.
The robot.
Didn't they see the photo with that exact same mask?
That's what I was saying before. I'm like,
All of them.
why is he so
Same-
surprised at how he
Same
looks?
clothes, same everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, he looks just like the picture I saw. I can't believe he looks like this. What are you talking about?
Wait, which
He's
slave
acting
was it
so
again?
weird and he's talking
Which
about
one
your
did they
kidney.
get?
My kidney. Bro, this is tripping me out. We should just kick him out. I don't think we need him anymore, bro. Just kick him out. Dude, we need to set him free, dude. How? He's too messed up, bro. He's not normal at all. Bro, like he's here. He wants to clean. We might as well just like make him clean stuff for us before
I guess we
set
gotta
him free.
keep him.
They were never gonna set him
Something
free.
to
They were
eat.
getting
It's a good
used.
idea, bro. We might as well get our money's worth. He was expensive. Yeah,
He fucking said it.
It was
That's
3
hilarious.
Bitcoin, bro. I ain't wasted 60 grand.
I mean, we never wanted to keep the slave, guys. We had to because he was crazy. So we might as well get our money's worth.
Then he goes, we may as well get our money's worth.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
Oh, fucking. Oh, man. We thought he was being a good guy for a little bit.
Damn.
Oh, he's dusting already. Oh my god. He looks sick or something. It's like he hasn't eaten or something for a long time, guys. What the frick? He's just cleaning everything for us. I guess we don't have to ask him. He's already cleaning. Hey, what is your name? I don't know. Can you make us something to eat? Let's keep the kidney healthy. There's something wrong with him. Can you make us like a sandwich or something?
J Station always looks like he's tripping on something.
Yeah.
What the frick?
It's called speed.
This is messed up, dude. What the frick? What is he making? What kind of sandwich? I don't know what he's gonna make us. look really freaked out. I honestly don't know what to eat.
Now he's like a sidekick all of a sudden. Like,
He made us a sandwich. He made both of us a sandwich. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Okay. What kind of sandwich is that? Best sandwich you'll ever.
It's probably drugged.
What? My feet? Feet? Whoa! What are you doing? Where'd you get that from? Whoa! Guys! He's doing my feet, guys!
Oh God, dude! Why did he have to say it like that? Oh.
I'm like, dude.
I remember reporting on this for Drum Alert, and we kept going like, "That's a pretty dark complected hand that you got going on right there, acting as the slave." And he keeps like, any one clip out of this just looks horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
So on top of everything, the slave that he bought is a person of color.
Of course, you gotta make it believable, right?
God damn it, J Station.
Would have looked weird if it was a white dude, I guess.
Yeah. Couldn't have sold it.
Oh man.
God! I like it.
Oh,
Do you like the clean?
Sexual. What the fuck?
I know.
Oh.
Is that all you do?
Oh, I did more than that.
What?
Yeah.
Show us what?
You look like you could use doing up there yourself.
What do you mean? What? Be careful.
What is that?
A little brush.
Wait, he has hair?
I don't want to brush. Guys.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's good. What is that? What is that? On your hand, right there. Whoa! Whoa! What is that? What do you have on your hand?
My last employer had more bodies to clean.
What the frick, dude?
Oh no!
It was a murder. The last slave owner was a murderer. He had to dispose of the bodies.
J Station had someone literally groomed on his channel.
Yes.
Really?
Ah!
Literally. Wait, no, but you can't
What?
groom adults.
Yes, look, watch. Here, you didn't see it. It's okay. This is
okay,
grooming.
That's grooming it.
That grooming. Okay.
See.
Just want to have my hat on.
Yeah, dude's got some big ass eyebrows.
I know, right?
Okay, that's it. What is that? What is that? On your hand, right there. Whoa! What is that? What do you have on your hand?
My last employer had more bodies to clean.
Yeah.
What the frick, dude? More bodies?
Anything.
Oh my God. Okay, can you just clean our house, please? Can you clean the entire house?
Fuck you, J Station.
Before we set you free,
God
clean
damn
my
it,
entire
dude.
house and make us
Free
food,
this
please.
person.
I
Free
bought
him.
this. I bought this slave, but I may as well get my money's worth. Clean my entire house, and then
And
you
feed
can
us.
leave. What a fucking asshole!
Snap, Hazel. You know you want to get released soon, don't you?
I take back what I say earlier. YouTube, keep him off the fucking platform. God damn.
Yeah.
No, we
fine.
need J Station.
No, we don't.
No.
Everything you need is in that door right there.
Hey, don't go too far. Kidney.
Oh my God, guys.
Why is he on
insane.
video?
He's calling him kid.
Everywhere. Yeah, exactly. He said bodies. I don't know if we can set him free. He's not normal. He can't belong in society, guys.
Oh God.
J Station just wants his fucking house cleaned some more.
He did a complete 180. He did a complete 180.
Jay, what's the plan? Man? We'll just get him to clean the entire house, and then we'll let him go. How long do you think this is gonna take for you to finish?
Oh, I go until it's clean, boys.
Why do you have that mask on?
That's sexual right there.
I just don't want to see.
What do you look like?
I don't want to be seen.
Whoa! Guys, let me see it. Jay, don't get off. Don't touch it. It's bad, guys. Bro, he just turned like evil.
Boys.
Okay, we're gonna.
You know, I gotta say this one's kind of weak now.
It was, dude. He was freaking out about being cleaned with a lint roller and a guy making sandwiches. It was weak from the beginning.
No. From the beginning, it was kind of funny because
the furry one.
He literally bought a black slave and is insisting on keeping him to clean his entire house.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's not really doing many funny gags with it. So
yeah, that's why we reported on it back in the day because it was so offensive.
Here we go.
This is freaking creepy. He has no reason to go into that closet. I actually forgot he made us these sandwiches, guys. I might as well just go ahead and eat it, guys. This is freaking crazy.
Oh, no.
What? Bro, there's something in there. There's something in the sandwich, guys. Oh my god. Something just cut my mouth. No freaking way. Yo! No! Ryan, please! Oh my god, guys, he put a blade inside there! Is mine have one too? Is yours? Look, bro.
Dude, you don't do that to
sandwiches. Is he still in the house or do they kick him out at this point?
I don't
know.
I think he's in another room.
So they're just spying on him.
Right.
That was great.
Spying on the slave that they were supposed to free, but then decided to use for labor for the rest of its life.
And now we're surprised to put razors in their sandwiches.
God. Guys, I honestly just bit this. There's a freaking blade in here. Oh my god.
What did mine do?
What was he trying to do? Guys, we were about to save his life and he was trying to hurt us. Oh my god, we cannot eat this.
No, bro.
Another reason to keep him.
Oh my god.
Instead of like calling the cops or asking for a refund right now, they're talking about the food.
my kidney.
Oh my god, guys, we're gonna keep on watching this. Look, he's bringing out a chair. Maybe he's just cleaning our house like we told him to, guys.
Yeah, I guess we just gotta keep watching because he's just doing weird stuff. Did you even see him putting these blades?
I didn't see it, and he made it right in front of us, guys.
Where did he even grab them from?
I don't know, maybe he had them. Maybe he brought them from the dark web, guys.
Okay, where's he going
From the
now?
dark web?
Yeah, because the dark web is an actual location.
Oh,
God.
He's checking if we're coming down or not.
What the frick? What's he up to?
I wish like people didn't act fake because I would like to know the people who really thought this stuff was real and to hear their insight, like why they believed it.
He's trying to like.
Oh, they're all kids.
Yeah, it's gotta be kids.
Like you could, I heard Nerd City was trying to do like a documentary on PlayStation.
Oh,
that would be
That's my
interesting.
laptop.
Dude, what's he doing?
What is he?
Is he gonna steal it?
Right,
No, guys.
Where is it?
Dude,
Oh,
bro, your laptop.
where did he put it? Wait, let's watch. Where did he put it? Bro, that's my laptop. I edited on that.
Why would he want that?
Oh my god.
Wait, aren't they
They
on
had
the
it
laptop
on that.
right now?
That's my phone. Dude, my he took that too.
No
Oh,
way.
they're so dumb.
He stole my phone, guys.
He's already gone. We can't even get any of that stuff back.
Oh, the TV!
Shark at the TV.
Oh my
They can get
god.
it all back with the
Too
money they
heavy.
make
It's
from this
bolted onto
video.
the wall, guys. That's why he can't take it.
Where's he going now?
I don't know.
He hears you screaming in the other room. He's gonna come see you.
Like next door to him.
Wait, I'm gonna switch to the next camera.
Okay.
Oh. Dude, is he gonna take it?
He
No.
put it-
He's stealing it, guys. He's putting it outside. Oh my god. I knew
He's
he
your
should've
slave.
pressed it.
Make him
Oh,
stop.
he's in the jacket. It's right there.
I know he's putting my phone, he's putting my laptop, your laptop, he didn't take your jacket. That's a good thing. Guys,
Yeah. Okay.
Fucking
Okay. Let's look at the positives here. He didn't take your jacket. That's a good thing. Just all of the expensive electronics.
It's always a glass half full with Chase Station.
You know, it'd be fucking hilarious, right? So they're doing this fucking stunt, right? This guy closes the door. One of Jay Stacy's neighbors like, now. They run out, they grab all of his shit, they run back inside.
Yeah.
He's their slave. Why are they letting him do this?
I know they're
Because they're
literally
afraid of
like
him.
right
out
up
of
the
line.
stairs in his bedroom. Like if you see how this apartment's laid out, there's some stairs right there by that little
Oh.
on one, and it goes up to the bedroom. So they're just sitting up there, watching downstairs.
Yelling. Oh my god, guys! Can you
Oh my god, guys! Go outside with my phone.
Wrong.
Save his life from the dark web.
I think they play with his head at the dark web.
They must have brainwashed him, guys. Like he was.
Okay. The dark web is not a literal fucking place.
It is the J-Station's mind.
Dude, this is where like all of the kids' irrational fears of the dark web came from back in the day. It's fucking J-Station and all those other stupid dark web YouTubers.
Which is ironically like the same fear 90s soccer mom has of just the internet in general. It's like, oh my god, the internet's such a terrible place.
Yeah, they just hear like a little bit of this music, a little editing, you know. Oh my god, guys, it's a slave from the dark net.
Dark web.
Net web, it's all the same.
Same difference.
No.
It's like ordering up. It's like ordering up one of those topless maids, but it's just like the dark web. Dark web. You got any slaves that do really good
Every
work?
slave I bought online, they never like come as fast as like J stations.
I know. Toronto has that same day shit. I give it that.
Yeah.
It's a big city.
Okay, so how often, how quickly do they ship your slaves out?
In Toronto?
They come within 3 to 5 weeks.
Oh my
He's
god.
got there in 3 hours.
I think that's a little
Louis
too
has
long.
that UPS ground slave trade.
They gotta take a caravan over to him.
What was that thing people were saying that was like a couple months ago? Maybe longer. No, it was longer for sure. Where people were saying that like you could buy some furniture off IKEA, this one website, like cabinets or something, and that was like a code for like some kids or something. You guys remember that?
That was like a weird rumor or whatever. Yeah.
It was like super
Code
dumb.
for kids?
Yeah, like you would. It was a
There's, like,
website that sold
Express
furniture
or something.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Apparently that was like for like buying like kid slaves or something like that.
Holy shit.
I think
Damn.
that was a. I think
But it
was
wasn't real. It wasn't real. It was just like some dramatic, like
Yeah,
elaborate
like
thing.
it sounds like a
Someone's trying to be
conspiracy.
like J-Station, but not
Yeah.
as funny.
If you order the IKEA brand 2021 collection in beige, you get a kid.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
guys.
I can't stand how often he fucking says guys.
I know.
Yeah, they should have a count, like a word count of
No
all the
way.
times
He
Jason.
is in it. He's in it. He's in it.
What
What was he doing to me while I was sleeping?
Wait, he's looking somewhere. Did you leave anything expensive out?
I don't think I have anything expensive in my room, guys.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
You can't lift my mummy statue at all.
Why is he
My
a
God.
goose
You
It was
animal?
can
way
with that
fair.
hardcore
You
decorating.
better not have done anything weird to me, guys.
He's taking off your blanket.
What's he gonna do?
He's taking it off.
He's
my
gonna lay
God.
down in bed with them.
No, he's going so slow, so I can't feel it. I knew I felt something when I was
Did you
sleeping.
actually?
Bro, he's
Look,
jerking me
It
off.
looks like he's doing.
Hurts a little bit. What is he freaking doing? It's like he's touching my leg or something, guys.
Look,
Yeah.
I think he's checking your pockets.
Dude, how did you
So-
not wake up to
So
this
it has to
shit?
be. I don't think he's taking anything out of my pockets. He already stole my phone. I didn't
Yeah,
have
that's
my phone.
true. Did you have anything else?
I don't know. I can't really remember. I don't know. What the frig, guys? He actually look. He's putting something in his pocket.
Oh my
What the
God!
frig?
Bro, wait, what is it?
Wait! I had money in my. Yo, guys! I had $200. I only have 20 left.
He took it.
He took my money too,
Oh my
guys.
God!
Why is he sleeping in his
Don't eat your
pants?
money.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Okay, let's keep watching, guys. He did something to Ahmed. Like he put the mask on Ahmed or something.
Yeah, I want to see how he got into my room in the first place.
Yeah, guys. Okay, he's leaving my room right now. I'm gonna switch over to.
Wait, so this guy lives with J-Station?
Yeah, I think so at this point in time. This was right before he brought in that girl that
Oh my
lived with
gosh.
him. So yeah, this dude. And I think like she kicked him out. Like because they all three lived there for a while because she was fucking him. So she was just living in his bed.
Yeah.
So,
And then she was like, this fat guy's
yeah, like
I
she's
don't wanna
cramping our
say it.
style. Get this fat ass out of here.
Based.
Oh wow.
Your room right now. Maybe he went right away. Yo. Oh my god, he did go in your room right away.
Well, because I forgot my door open.
I can leave it open
How did I
again.
forgot?
Oh my god. Guys, look.
Oh my god!
Hey guys, there's this scary guy from the dark web. He put razor blades in my sandwich. I'm just gonna sleep with my door open. This should be okay.
Everything's gonna be fine.
He didn't even check like the fine print or anything. That's just bothering me.
Look at that, guys. He took out that mask. What the frig? Oh my god, look at that. This is a pillowcase.
How did I not wake up to him?
No. Guys, look at this. This is the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Man, that was so scary when he did it.
I know. Oh my god.
He just
He's raping me, guys.
He was choking me with the pillowcase.
You woke up
Yeah,
like
I
that?
woke up to that. I was trying to resist, and he was just holding me, and then he grabbed me, and that's why I was yelling.
He grabbed me.
He grabbed me, put me in a reverse Nelson.
Right now, that was the craziest thing ever. We tried to save this slave's life, but he attacked us, guys. He's from the dark web. Let's hit 40,000 likes, and we'll go back on to the dark web. More slaves. We might even try to save this guy's girlfriend.
But the thing is, his girlfriend might be as crazy as him.
I thought it was his sister.
It's his
I
sister.
thought it was his
They
sister
forgot.
before.
Wait, it's his
They
sister
They
and his
forgot their own
girlfriend?
story.
They forgot the story they made up.
That high quality content, boy. Just keep cranking it out.
What the fuck? Jesus.
Literally, that probably took them about like 2 hours and then a couple hours to edit, slap it up there, and maybe get like 4 to 5 million views on it.
God damn.
I mean,
About
that's
10,000, maybe.
Well, good for them.
Definitely not for.
No, I don't think they got that much because I'm pretty sure they didn't have good ads. They didn't have any
You could be
premium
right.
ads.
but this is old school days, you know.
This is like this is after Apocalypse. He was already starting to have problems by now because he had been arrested at Disney World and stuff. Maybe like
What did you get
$5,000
arrested for
on
at
the
Disney
video.
World?
He was getting paid on these videos though, because like if you're hitting 60, 70 a month, you know, about 50, 60.
Wait, what did he get arrested for?
He got arrested
These
for like,
videos.
I wouldn't be surprised.
he did. He like a bunch of them. He was trespassing, but the one in Walt Disney World, it was the dumbest thing. He had gone through security, okay, and he had a backpack that had his camera in it, and he put it down, and they pushed the backpack through, and they wanded him, but someone else that had already gone through the line picked up his backpack by mistake, just like a park goer, and he walked off with it. So when Jay Station turned around, he was like, "Y'all motherfuckers stole my camera!" You know, Walt Disney World stole my fucking camera, and just went off and got into a fight with security guards. Shit made national news actually, and he got arrested. He got arrested in Orlando.
Yeah, I vaguely remember this kind of. I don't remember it being J Station, but I remember that happening to a guy. So that
It
was
was
J
Jay
Station.
Station
Okay.
and a blind guy. He was with a blind dude that was filming the whole thing.
God.
Wait, the blind guy was filming J Station?
Yeah,
It's probably the dude that I found.
What?
Wait.
What kind of employees is
He went like
that?
100%
The
blind.
blind guy to film me, guys.
Yeah. Why was the blind guy filming?
Yeah, what the fuck? That makes no sense. What?
I'm telling you, if you look it up, if you type in J Station Disney World, it'll pull it up. It'll pull the whole
Yo, I'm
thing
an
up.
equal opportunity employer, okay?
Dude, this guy's a fucking character. Oh my god.
I'm
Say
telling you,
blind people
he was
can't
so
fucking
good
film.
for Drama Alert, man. I did so many stories on this shit ass.
Hey, is the camera rolling? I don't know. I'm blind.
Okay. Final thing for tonight. This guy is apparently a fucking schizophrenic.
Oh no,
And
dude.
he
I
put-
saw that.
Yeah, okay, he put this gif out of someone being stabbed in the eye, and he goes like, "Me to my 3-year-old baby sister when she dead named me," and then okay, so this part's cut off here, but it's basically like, age is no excuse for bigotry, and I'm going like, "Your 3-year-old baby sister, what the fuck is wrong with you?" And then he goes, "Someone sent this tweet to my stepmom, and she's given me a few days to pack my stuff and leave." Even though I rarely hurt my sister. I'm literally homeless now. I hope you guys are fucking happy.
Maybe don't be
Rarely hurt the
post that.
defenseless
Yeah,
3-year-old
happy.
sister.
We're pretty
Jesus
happy.
fuck.
Like, I mean, I don't care necessarily, but I mean, if you're gonna be a retard and post that shit on the internet, just accept the fucking consequences.
Yeah.
Like, look.
The fact you said rarely. Yeah.
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 I'd never hurt my baby sister would probably be the appropriate response. But the thing is, I think he might. Like, I think he actually might.
He admitted. He said
Oh, this-
rarely. That means he
this
has
kind of
before.
person, this kind of person would do some shit like that if it's real. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if this is real.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said I think.
Which I hope to God it's not, but
Well, you know what? If his stepmom actually kicked him out, good fucking riddance.
Oh,
What
yeah.
an asshole.
probably the best for the little sister. Jesus.
Oh, his or her. I don't know the gender that they have
Yeah.
chosen today.
It goes.
Oh, we don't want to
dead
dead
naming
name this
people.
person, or else we'll get stabbed in the eye.
Because ignorance is no excuse for bigotry. Anyways, guys, that's it for the stream. Thank you so much, Pescator and Louie, for joining us out of the blue. And as always, Redsky, Steve, and Sen.
Not
you know?
Mr. Sen because he's eating or something.
And John.
I wonder if Sen's
Yeah.
fat in real life.
Wait, John?
It's,
What? John?
He's always eating.
Yeah, John was here earlier.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
cool.
Yeah.
I
All
didn't
right,
know
guys.
that.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a happy Halloween. And please, if
Hello.
you,
To answer your question, Steve, no, I'm not Dream. And
Thank
second of all,
God.
I was
No,
here.
fat.
I was here. Yeah, I know.
Just-
Dream's
You
fat
were
as
here in
fuck.
spirit.
Just Dream fat?
Yes.
The
you
animated
not know
version
that?
of him isn't fat.
I'm ending
Because I've
the
only seen the
stream.
animated
Good
version.
night.
All right, peace out, chat.
Peace out.
Take it easy.